Vibing.
I'm good. Wait, I don't hear anything on the stream.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Vibing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's at max for me as well. I just unmuted it. It's muted. Oh, I can hear myself and
Yeah.
I can
I
hear
just heard
myself, but
myself.
nobody else.
Wait, hello?
It's at max for me as well. I just unmuted it. It's muted. Yeah, you can't be heard. We can be heard. Is your mic muted in your OBS?
You have the right mic selected in OBS?
A bit. Alright, can you guys hear me now? Test. Testing.
Great stream.
Yeah, you can't be heard. We can be heard.
Come on. How fucking far back am I on YouTube?
Yeah, you're
Do you
heard.
have,
Yeah, they can hear you now.
enabled?
Okay.
Yeah, you're heard.
So the issue was the fucking audio tracks. Jesus, because I had mic on a separate audio track for when I was recording. Alright, what's going on, everyone? Fuck to start, but whatever. That's just how it is on my channel. Welcome to the first episode of the COD Zombies Podcast. I'm redoing the fucking intro again. How's everyone doing today in the chat? Make sure you ask shit and you can join in on the podcast. I'll be, looking at the chat. I think everyone here's got the chat open. I'm joined by Konto, who's a gamer, Logical Edits, who's a mapper, and Xela, who's also a mapper. You might know these cunts elsewhere. But yeah, we're going to be jumping in today. We're going to be talking about Cold War. We're going to be answering questions from Twitter. I've got a bunch of questions that a bunch of questions that you cunts asked. Queued up in my Google Doc. But yeah, let's fucking start with this shit. Alright, motherfuckers. Konto. I'm just gonna start again. Konto, how you doing?
Yes. I'm vibing.
Logical, how you doing?
Just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doing the same shit.
And Xela, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Glad to be here.
Alright, now you know the voices to names. You can find these guys in the description. Konto, Logical, and Xela's Twitters are linked in the description if you want to check those out. And yeah, we'll start with the first topic of Cold War. Are you cunts excited for Cold War? Because I can't fucking wait.
Yes.
Yes.
Every day I wake up waiting.
Honestly, I'm more excited for the multiplayer because I played the alpha and it was fun as fuck. So.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
PS4.
Well, I
That's
haven't
so
played the
stupid, man.
multiplayer.
I can't wait until the beta. The beta's gonna. I mean, obviously the multiplayer is gonna be good because heard good things. I'm hyped for multiplayer, but
It
zombies.
feels like normal Call of Duty.
Ooh, baby.
Dude.
Zombies be looking good.
Yeah, after that Die Machine trailer, with all the shit they've announced, unified progression, fucking I can level up my gun in zombies and then play it in multiplayer. You know, get my guns gold in multiplayer, use it in zombies, fucking Warzone even. I can't fucking wait. Zombies looks like it's gonna be really good this time around, especially with survival and quest being separated. Because I love the giant because I can just load in and play without thinking. And I don't love Blood of the Dead because I can't just load it in without thinking. I have to fucking whip out guides and shit, like all this fucking other shit. And I have to watch fucking 7-hour lectures, have to get a whole degree in this fucking map.
Very unpopular opinion here, but Blood of the Dead is the best BO4 map. Don't at me.
Damn.
I
How can you
disagree.
be so
9 is.
incorrect?
Bro, setting up in that map is so fun, but as soon as you get to starting the Easter egg, yeah, it fucking sucks. But like setting up, I love it. It's so good.
I really like setting up in was it Ancient Evil? Yeah, Ancient Evil. And then
I don't know anything about that map.
I played the map like once.
but once you set up, it's so easy.
Yeah, I've only played Ancient Evil once.
Apparently, it's a really good map.
Yeah, I rate it completely.
Yeah, apparently.
I think it's great.
I haven't even played Alpha Omega either.
Oh, Alpha
Oh,
Omega
wow.
slaps for me. That's one of my favorite maps of Black Ops 4.
It was alright.
The only thing I
just
dislike
don't
about AO is the fucking pap closes every like round once you pass round fucking 17. Some shit.
Yeah.
That's just annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Then
It's
we
not
did
as
it
annoying
enough.
as Blow of the Dead though,
Like-
where it moves.
I think that's the dumbest shit. At least show where it's moving, like in the sky or something.
Yeah.
Dog good at best.
Yeah, Tark has the lighthouse pointing at it. You can see it clearly. What's your most played BO4 map then? Anyone?
9.
Blow of the Dead.
Tagged or Toten because I spent 18 hours like multiple times doing first room challenges.
I think mine's Ancient Evil, then 9, then Alpha Omega, then Classified. Then Voyage, then Blood.
Fuck Voyage. That's
Get
really,
fucked!
I thought that map was gonna be awesome. You know, the trailer hyped it up. I'm like, all right, Titanic, iceberg, Easter egg. No, it's
Oh, dude.
atrocious.
Bro, imagine just round 10, you eventually hit the iceberg, and then you get to like go off the boat. Like half the boat gets flooded and you can't go on that, but then you can go on the land, like some like sort of like land area. You can explore out there.
So like Advanced Warfare multiplayer maps where they're dynamic.
Yeah. Or Ghosts.
Ghost wasn't as dynamic as Advanced
Right,
Warfare.
wait,
Advanced
the
Warfare
strike
had, like,
zone
entire
map?
one map that closed. What?
What?
I don't know.
The hot dog map?
Yeah, the hot dog map. You get a nuke on that. Fuck, it's like a whole new map. That shit was sick.
Oh, that map, the
That
stadium
was
map
pretty
in
cool,
Ghost.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
I thought
Not
that
the
was
Wait, is it a stadium?
awesome. It's not a fucking stadium at
It's a
all.
baseball stadium. It's a baseball stadium.
No, it's not a stadium.
Yo, in
Baseball,
Ghost,
yeehaw.
I'm telling you.
But Strike
What's it
Zone,
called? Strike Zone,
Is
yeah,
that what the map's
strike.
called?
is that a stadium?
Yeah, it's a baseball stadium.
What?
Hold
Look
up.
it up, baseball stadium.
I played that map so much, I never realized it
don't
was
even know
a
what you're
fucking
talking about.
stadium. I always thought it was just like commercial buildings and shit.
Bro, it says Pro Shop official gear, Greenway Park, San Diego Tsunami baseball team.
Oh yeah, it's the dude with the hot dog. I always laughed at that shit. Yeah, that's a stadium.
What's the map called though?
Strike Zone.
Strike
It's called
Zone.
Strike
Strike
Zone.
Zone.
Ah,
Yeah, the one with the hot dog in the fucking image when you load it.
love that map.
Yeah, I love that as well. And I love
Oh,
that
fucking cat.
when
off
you
the
got a
desk,
nuke, the
off
whole
desk.
map like got fucked. That was awesome as hell. I want that shit to return.
Strike Zone in Cold War?
Too
No,
bad
that's
they didn't do that
actually,
with
like-
other maps.
A reimagining of Dome, right?
No,
go, like, the
they did
same way
another
out.
map. They did this a different map that was exactly like Dome, but it had the extinction
Oh yeah.
feel to it and like shit.
And you could
yeah.
shoot a crane and get the Venom X in multiplayer.
Fucking wonder weapon in multiplayer.
Yeah. Yo, Conroy,
champ.
what's going on, man? Yeah, welcome everyone in the chat. By the way, I'm reading the chat, but I'm not like saying it out loud just because it's going pretty fast. But
Because they're yucky.
yeah, because you're fucking yucky.
Mm.
Commercial building, a building that has a fucking hot dog in it. Listen, I describe environments like no other. There's a bunch of shit and shit.
Strike Zone
Baseball
isn't
bat in
Dome,
Cold
but
War?
but it is that.
Do you think that what maps do you think is going to return in Cold War multiplayer? Nuketown is rumored.
Multiplayer?
Yeah.
Nuketown, 100%.
I think Summit, Firing Range, all those maps are definitely coming back.
It
they're,
sucks because we just got that exact pool of maps back in Black Ops 4 and 3 if you have
Yeah.
PS4.
Well, if the sources are right and Treyarch solely developed MP and zombies, that means it had more time to work on original maps for multiplayer. I would like to
I would hope
see
so.
some maps from BO2 come
The
back.
maps
maybe
I
another
played-
raid.
In the alpha, were really fucking good. So
I
It
wish
looked
I could
like the
play it.
really
I
big
wanted to-
maps needed more players.
I saw on Twitter that the alpha and beta are going to be completely different as the way like how it feels and stuff because they did a lot of like fixing and updates and stuff from
Yeah.
the beta to the alpha or vice versa.
That one guy
Mhm.
tweeted that. You know,
Yep,
that one guy.
that one guy. We saw that. We both saw that on Twitter.
100%. But I just hope. Oh, did you see that the tank map they added to Modern Warfare was supposedly a Cold War map.
Yeah. Yeah, and the leak footage. Yep.
And if you go in the tank map, it has dates like 1983. So it does seem like that map was for Cold War, and they just put it in Modern Warfare.
I'm thinking, when I first saw the leak, it looked like Modern Warfare gameplay, and I said that is going to be a map in Modern Warfare, and nobody believed me. Here we are. It is in Modern Warfare. What I'm thinking is that they made the map for Cold War, and they were testing out all this shit, but it didn't either fit or they needed something for Modern Warfare, and like, fuck it, we already made this map. Here you go.
Or it's going to be a place of interest in Warzone.
Well, they could have just been testing the gameplay loop on a Modern Warfare map.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking as well. They didn't have time, or not time, but it was too early in development where they didn't have a lot of maps made. So they already had the one from Infinity Ward, and that just so happened to be that map, the tank map.
Yeah, it's nice that like
Mm-hmm.
what seems like all the studios are just working a lot more closely now.
Together now.
Yeah.
Which is
A lot
what
more
it
shared.
should have been from the start. But that's just my opinion.
Right, they didn't split off until Advanced Warfare. Sledgehammer was working directly
came in,
with IW.
fucked everything up.
Yeehaw.
For Modern Warfare. So, what
Advanced Warfare was cool.
do you think the campaign will be like in Cold War? Do you think it'll be as good or better than Modern Warfare 2019?
Better.
Oh, 100% better.
I think it'll be better, yeah, just because it's a sequel to the first Black Ops, you know?
I feel like they're going to pull another Black Ops too.
Do you feel like what do you feel about the ending supposedly being one leading to Black Ops 2 and the other leading to the Modern Warfare universe, the new Modern Warfare?
I hope it goes to
I
the
didn't
new
hear
Modern
about that.
Warfare. If they retcon BO2 and BO3 and BO4, even though it's non-existent, I'm fine with that.
No, BO4 has existed. It was just Specialist HQ.
I don't know how I feel about the
glorified
retconning
tutorial.
BO2, but BO3,
Yeah.
BO4, yeah. I don't
BO2
care.
shouldn't be a retcon. That shit slapped.
It was good, but I wouldn't mind if it was retcon because I like Modern Warfare story so much. But that means if it went into the direction of BO2, it's also in the same universe as Modern Warfare. Like, isn't that confirmed? So it would have to say that BO2 is in the universe of Modern Warfare. So that means
Yeah, I guess.
2019 Modern Warfare 1 takes place in 2019. So that means in 2025 they're gonna have all this technology within 6 years, and then the whole fucking world gets fucked over Menendez, which means he also existed in Modern Warfare. It's just I don't think it's either they're gonna retcon it or they're just not gonna do anything with it.
I mean, nothing in Modern Warfare was anywhere near 2025, though.
It was in 2019.
Does Modern Warfare
Yeah,
2019
but
take place in
Black Ops 2
2019?
is in 2025 and later.
That's 6 years.
True. True.
We're gonna hit 2025 in 5 years.
I know, right?
Really?
We have none of the technological
Really?
advancements. Yo, where the hell my Solarium at?
Because like the whole thing with games like predicting the future, they always like jump the gun with how quickly humans adopt the new technology. Like Berkeley Lane set in 2121, yet it's set like it seems like it's set today. Because it's my belief that it takes fucking forever for like shit to go mainstream, especially with advanced tech. Like fucking
I don't know,
flying
man.
cars and shit.
100 years ago, in the 1920s, people were still running around in fucking horses.
Booga booga. Oh yeah, that.
You know,
I mean, swarms.
what 10? What are you
starting
saying?
to
Fucking
exist.
100,000 years ago. The fuck? What did Glitch say? Do you guys know if there's gonna be exclusivity this year?
I was about to say.
Not with DLC, but they're probably going to do something like the mode. Zombies exclusive for 1 year.
I fucking imagine that.
Oh, I will literally fucking.
No, I can't because
I
it's
will
cross-play.
literally
Oh.
do...
Wait, what if it's all the fucking Transit maps that they did remaster?
Just
What if that's the exclusivity thing? Yeah,
Yeah, they just have it.
Fatty
Oh
down.
my
for the
god.
whole year.
Yeah, they have like one map
I wouldn't even buy
or
the
set of
game.
maps
Fatty
exclusive to
down.
console. One console. I was
Nah,
thinking
if
they
did
have
something
one
like that.
week early.
They would divide. They would divide the whole community so much so, and it would be more backlash than it would do more bad for them than good. So I don't think they would do something that drastic because Survival, who gives a shit? It's out on PC now. Haven't played it yet. I'm sure it's just like Modern Warfare 3.
Hey, you're forced to play
nothing to miss
co-op.
out on.
I hate that you're forced to play co-op. I hate that all of Spec Ops is co-op only. I can't just play it myself and level up my guns and shit. I have
Spec
to
Ops was
fucking
garbage this
search
year.
a public match, get with 3 random other people. It's terrible.
Spec Ops was garbage. True.
Spec Ops in like
Get ready
Modern
for
Warfare,
Spec Ops Zombies.
the original was great.
Yeah, I really like Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops.
Honestly,
that was a lot of
dude.
fun.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops. Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops. I like the survival mode in BO3. I know.
I loved it in Modern Warfare
Hell
3.
yeah.
Bro, did you ever do the Chaos mode on Dome? That was the shit.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was so fun.
That was the DLC though, right? That was the DLC mode
Yeah.
that came out later. I had world record in that for like a week on one of the maps. I forgot which one it was, but me and my friend got the world record and we held it for a week, and it was insane. That was the only world record I ever held for Chaos because nobody fucking played it on Xbox 360, but still, it was a good achievement.
I miss that shit. I don't know why they restricted it to public match 4-player only. Like I could be playing like a whole slew of like story-based Spec Ops missions in Modern Warfare 2019, but because it's forced to public match 4 players at least, I'm not playing it.
Eh.
I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking. I want to pause. I want to be able to pause the game and shit.
Yeah, when dinner's ready and shit. What the hell?
Yeah, like
Trevor?
when
Or
my-
not Trevor, shit.
When my chicken's at my door, wait, you want me to fucking just walk away and die?
Shut up, chickens. I'm gaming.
Exactly.
For real.
But I mean, they didn't do the 1 week thing on Modern Warfare, so maybe there isn't any timed exclusivity at all in Cold War. I do imagine.
Do you
though,
remember what,
I do imagine like cosmetics, like specific operators and shit, is going to be completely exclusive to PlayStation.
oh, like what they did now? Oh, wait.
Yeah. I'd say like cosmetics and then actual like game mode. So like in multiplayer, like
I don't know. They didn't do that
PlayStation
with
gets
Modern
like gun game
Warfare.
a week early or something. Like
They didn't do that in MW 2019. I don't see why they would do it in Black Ops Cold War.
true. I don't know. I
I
feel
hope
like those are the only 2 things they can put exclusivity on.
Exclusivity is so dumb, and I can't wait for the PlayStation 4 contract or the PlayStation contract to end because
No, bro, that's just getting renewed until.
Unpopular.
I don't see that ever ending anytime soon. To be honest,
I mean, Xbox's contract, Microsoft's contract lasted 10 years. I don't see why they didn't do another 10 years, but still,
Will
they should have
Microsoft
no exclusivity.
will Microsoft take over Sony Entertainment?
They
Wait, how much
probably-
is Sony
they
worth?
Probably could. They could buy it,
Imagine if Microsoft just acquired Sony Entertainment.
and then just
I got
did-
15
then stop. It just said stop producing PlayStation.
Yeah, that's the only thing they do.
God.
Peace, they're Aussies, they curse. Yeah, fuck off. Right.
Damn.
What do you
They
think?
really do be like that sometimes.
What do you think Firebase Z is going to be if it's a Vietnam map?
Wait, what?
That's a good ass question.
In the leak for Cold War, that was basically 100% accurate to what the trailer revealed.
Not basically, it was.
I didn't look at the leaks.
Yeah.
It states
Of
in the
what?
leak that there's another map on release called Firebase Z, and supposedly that's set in Vietnam for zombies.
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you have any theories or?
Shangri-La 2, not unlocked.
Actually,
Firebase.
I mean, Shangri-La was originally more Vietnam themed in all of its concept art. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not like a Shangri-La remake, but like a 2.0-ish.
Or like fucking Noctis and D Machine. Oh my
yeah,
God.
kind of.
What if every map features an old map in it?
I wouldn't be surprised. Though I do find it weird that people praise it. Because it's
If
like,
they do
I
what Time
thought a lot
Machine
of
does-
people were gonna be upset with Noct being
Yeah,
on the first map.
that's
a lot
what
of
I'm
people were like, "Oh, it's
surprised
Noct! It's Noct!"
Yeah.
I'm like,
like
who cares?
if people got pissed about like tag their Toten and stuff like that.
Well,
I'm surprised that they're
Okay, but
pissed about
I don't.
this, like,
I
here's
don't
my
mind it.
complaint.
I don't mind it when it's a new
Doesn't make
map
any
with an
sense.
old map in it. Like, you can't say that fucking Transit is just a Nuct but bigger. Because
I mean, as far as where it's literally just knocked, and then you can go downstairs, and there's that facility in there, and then you can go outside a little bit, and that's it.
what do you mean that's
No, I
it?
think
As
it's gonna be a
far as
big
where
map.
that's yeah, maybe, but I don't know.
It looks,
I'm just pissed that Knocked is remade for the 6th time.
See, but the thing is, I'm okay with it because it's not knocked. It's just the building, and that's it. The whole
Well,
map
yeah,
isn't
yeah, yeah.
knocked,
Yeah,
but
that-
bigger.
that's fine. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Because the thing I had the problem with Alpha Omega and fucking whatever it was, TOG, was because TOG is pretty much Call of the Dead with a new area added. So it's not like knocked but bigger. It's Call of the Dead with one extra area. You know, it's not like
That's
an
the thing, though.
entirely. I
True.
see that Die Machine is an entirely new map with an old map in it. So like what Verko
I
said,
see.
Transit isn't knocked but bigger. It just has Transit in it. And that's why I'm okay
Transit
with
in
it.
it.
If they do that
Konto.
with other maps, though, like say they do Buried or fucking Die Rise with just a singular or two new areas, I'll be pissed because who fucking cares about that? I want a new map. I want new good maps. If you want to put old shit in it, go ahead. Just make sure that's not the whole point of it. And they made it clear that Knocked wasn't the whole point of it. They briefly mentioned it and show that it's in the map, but that's because it's tying into the story and there's more to it. And that's what I'm
How
saying.
does it tie into the story?
There's more to
I don't get.
I completely agree with that. And you know, if 5 Z is just a really huge map that has Shononima in it somewhere, I'm down. I'm fucking down. And I feel like honestly, every map might have just an old map in it somewhere. Because the next leak is Berlin, which supposedly has Kino
I was
de
just about to
Toten
say-
in it.
I was about to say that because Vendetta is talking about it in chat.
Yeah.
So if they
I don't see
did
what people are
Kino
saying
de
about the giant
Toten,
coming back though.
if they did Kino de Toten and the Giant in the same map, I would also be okay with that because it's twice the size of what we have originally, and they would do more with it. So it's 2 maps in one now. And of course, they're going to
Yeah.
add some other areas that will link them together. So it's going to be an entirely new map with that old feel. And I feel like that's
But
the
isn't-
whole vibe of Black Ops Cold War is going to be. It's going to be the same Call of Duty shit that we're fed, but it's going to be coated with a nice fucking fresh paint that's going to feel new, but it's still going to be the old Call of Duty. But I'm still on
I feel
it. I
like-
still like it.
I feel like if the map was just Durice and Akino like meshed together, I feel like it would just be feeling more like Revelations, to where it was kind of cool, but it wears
Yeah.
off really quick.
But no, but Revelations was like all destroyed and you had to fucking fly to each other. I feel
Yeah,
like
but
it's
yet
gonna be
everyone
set in that
hated it.
city setting. You know, it's gonna be like this is my prediction where it's gonna be with that intro cinematic area because it did say
Mhm.
Berlin 1983. It could easily be like a street somewhere in Germany or in Berlin, and it's gonna have like oh, you go down the alleyway, and then all of a sudden it turns into Kino, and you can go into the building, and then it's the theater, and then you go past the
Yeah.
theater into another alleyway, and then all of a sudden you're in fucking Durice because it's a factory. It could totally be linked together in a realistic setting.
I wouldn't even be surprised if we can't access all of Kino, just like the entrance area / the stage.
Well, with
Not
Knocked, you
even the
go in
rest of
every
it.
direction, fucking all around it and down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine.
Well,
they'll
I was
do the
saying,
same.
like-
I was thinking like centerpieces, like Berlin centerpiece Kino, and then there's a big fuck off map around it, and then 5 Z with
Mhm.
Shononima in the center, big fuck off map around it, and then whatever the fuck with
I'm
the
okay with
giant
that.
in it, big fuck off map around it.
Now
imagine
machine
this.
was not what I was called.
Imagine this. Whatever that fucking the Vietnam map, it's just the starting room of Shinonuma, that building, and then it's entirely new after that.
Mm.
Trenches and shit, fucking napalm. You're in a jungle, little bunkers here and there. It would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, imagine
That would be pretty fun, yeah.
RTX sun changing.
Ugh. Nighttime, go Shangri-La. They bring back the Easter egg from Shangri-La. You can go in nighttime. Fucking nice reflections. Oh,
Yeah,
I can't wait to
easy
get to it, 35.
NVIDIA promo marketing. So bigger map.
I feel like the maps are gonna be bigger, yeah. Just
Just gonna
because
be a
it's,
lot
They
bigger.
have to
it's
be.
slowly,
They have to
yeah,
be.
it's slowly turning into like a Spec Ops thing. Is what I feel like.
Wait, how do you guys feel about kill streaks in zombies?
I like it.
hate that.
I like it.
I think that's awesome.
Is it
I
gonna
like
be
the new
like it's
direction
gonna be
they're
like a
going in.
nuke? You know, when you grab a nuke, it kills all the zombies, or now you can just call in a fucking chopper gunner and it just kills all the zombies.
No, I
As
don't
long
think so.
as long as it's
I
kill
think it's
based
gonna
and not
be-
time based.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
either going to be kill based
Or
or you
point
could pay
based.
for it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't
It's
really
in-
like it, but like, I also know it won't be too broken because, for example, you're still completely vulnerable using the chopper gunner. They can still come up and smack your ass. Like,
Can
and
they,
if you're
though?
playing solo, you're screwed. Yeah, it's shown in the trailer that you're protecting you and your teammates while they're shooting around you, while you're beep booping on the
Oh.
computer.
Well, yeah, but now what if you're in single player?
Yeah, how would that work in
That's what
single?
I'm saying. Is that you probably have to protect yourself with a chopper gunner, or you're screwed. That's probably their
Then
way
no
of
one's gonna
balancing it.
use it. So I think what
That's-
they're gonna
yeah.
do is just ignore the player, the zombies. They're gonna go to a single place like in Zombie Blood, or just have them
Well,
run
I
around
mean-
the map. Because in Die Machine, there's the whole underground bunker, and you can't use the chopper gunner. So I don't know
Yeah.
if there's really gonna be kill. But oh fuck, they also brought out the war machine though.
Yeah.
So that could either be a box weapon
There was a sentry gun as well.
or
Yeah.
I think the
Well,
sentry gun's gonna be a specialist.
they're gonna have the field upgrades, specialists, and score streak things. So
Kill
I
streaks
mean,
are
the war
attained
machine-
from parts. Apparently, the kill streaks are obtained by parts. It says Zombie Vendetta in the chat. So, like, you
Hmm.
build it. Oh, the zombies just drop shit. Do you think that's the survival mode?
that's
I think that's gonna be a new mode entirely.
The thing-
Something like Borderlands.
the thing I
Looter
find
shooter.
weird about them. The thing I find weird about them making you like get score streaks out of parts and building it is like, if we're spawning in with whatever weapon we feel like for the very same reason of the fact that we're dropping in with a strike team, like, why would we have to go and scavenge parts from a World War II abandoned building and facility to
Magic.
get parts to then build a chopper gunner?
Why would you?
Well, I
Or
don't
a way
think
to
you're gonna
contact
build
it.
the chopper.
Well, yeah, but at least a way to activate it or whatever.
So the way I'm thinking is the story is going to be there. It doesn't revolve around the four main characters anymore. It's going to be more environmental storytelling because, like, fucking,
Yeah,
you could
because
be
you can
the
pick your own
operator.
operator. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you're going to use your multiplayer classes as well, which is
Mhm.
another thing. What do you guys feel about that?
I love that. Unified progression. I've been asking for it since they first
I'm-
introduced Creator Class and Zombies, Black Ops 3. Since that moment, I'm like, give me unified progression.
I'm fine with like the unified progression. I'm just pissed about the fact that like you're gonna be able to make a god tier weapon and spawn in with it.
Well, there's weapon
Like-
rarities, so supposedly you start with the shit tier version of whatever.
Yeah,
gun.
but do we know exactly how the rarities are gonna work?
Hold on. I
Box.
just saw in chat, Monty said that there seems like they're casual-fying everything. I think that's a better choice because Voyage and Blood are so convoluted. That's why nobody likes those maps, because you have to do so much shit and you have to pull up a fucking guide, get a PhD in those maps alone just to understand how to play and get to round 5. Like, I don't like that shit.
That's why I'm so
Yeah.
excited
I
with
like
the leak.
loading up maps, just getting mystery box, getting my perks, surviving around 50, boom. Suck me off. That's what I like.
Wait, Vendetta. What do you mean? Since when does zombies have logic? The box spawns weapons out of thin air through the ether and shit like that, and the person controlling them, or Monty. There's the logic behind that. I'm saying there's literal
there's no
like
fucking thing.
story-based logic behind why these things happen. That's why we're gonna end up having the mechanics of spawning in with weapons and score streaks, is because we're a strike team from the CIA responding to whatever the hell Weaver sends us to. So then why here do we have to build that?
I don't
to
think
contact the score
you
streak?
build the score streaks. I think they're either
I don't think so either.
points based. I really hope they're not time based, like the specialists in Black Ops 4, where you just always have a fucking specialist. So when you're about to die, you just hit whatever key you have bound to it, and you live.
Yeah. I mean, unless they said otherwise, I don't think it has anything to do with parts. If it is the parts, that's just weird.
You just made
That
me
doesn't
think
make sense
of
with what they're saying.
the greatest new feature, the exfil system. Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, viable ending in zombies. Finally.
No, I think
not
it's
so
great.
much a Bible ending.
No,
I think it's a
great.
really good fucking thing.
It enables
Oh,
a
yeah,
challenge
definitely.
mode. When you enable it, the zombies
You
become like
finally beat
retarded
zombies.
hard. Like
Yeah,
so,
and
instead
then you have
of
to survive a couple.
you know
more
when
rounds.
when you're playing zombies and you get bored and you just end the game and quit, and you lose, it's just game over. Now, when you get bored and you want to quit, you start the exfil, and now you have to survive a hard mission, and then you win and get extra rewards. I think that's great. You're not just Alt F4ing when you're bored.
And I
Yeah.
like it too. So you don't. All right, got the round 30, got all my challenges, boom, done. Next map. It's like it's actually giving you an incentive to keep going.
Yeah.
How long?
And I
What's the
like it
highest
too
ranking
because
exfil?
it's if I hope they don't bring back gobblegums or any of that bullshit because it's just fucking pay to win
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's sort of
But
like
if
an
they
end
do
goal
have that-
for casual players, because the only
Yeah.
end goal of zombies back then was beating the Easter egg. Yeah.
Yeah, so you
And
can
that
now
wasn't
load
even
up a
a thing
map,
until like Black Ops 1.
and it's not like, oh, I'm going to end the match at round 30. If you want to get to round 30 or whatever, you have to plan it beforehand. You know, you got to do some actual thinking. Instead of just, 50K, boom, bye, blending, bye.
I mean, I'm curious on what they're considering, like the rewards and stuff for zombies as well, because they said the exfil thing will give you better rewards at the end of the game.
I'm assuming it's extra tier progression because they did say it's directly
Mm.
linked to the Battle Pass zombies this time.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning we're probably going to see
True.
straight zombies content in the Battle Pass. Whether if they do have some sort of gobblegum system, I can't guarantee because I don't work at the companies. I can very strongly speculate that gobblegums or whatever the version is going to be in the Battle Pass, and it's going to be game altering, but when the Battle Pass is up, you can get it just by doing challenges like how they did weapons in Modern Warfare. So that's what I think they're going to do.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
I thought the weapons were going to be locked behind seasons in Modern Warfare, and then when I looked up and saw I could do a challenge for a gun, I actually nutted.
It was so good because it's
I was like, wow, they thought about me.
Black Ops 4 was fucking ridiculous. Tier
Oh my God.
100 for the gun, and if you don't get it,
box.
that's it. It's over.
And it takes so long to get through the tiers.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
the weapon bribe
there's
system.
no
I don't know how Robit
progression.
likes that game so much.
It was really fun shooting. I find shooting Black Ops 4 zombies amazing. Like, I would
I thought the
rather
weapons
shoot
were
zombies in Black Ops 4 than any other COD. The hit markers, the effects, the sounds, the animations, it's just so good. And Cold War is going to have that, but even better. Can't wait for that. So how do you think Dead Ops Arcade 3 is going to fit into all this?
Probably gonna be the
Same way it did in Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
It was a bonus mode. Doesn't have any direct ties to lore or anything like that.
Unlocking the campaign again.
Well,
like
according to
usual.
leaks, the string, like the map name, it's not
Uh-huh.
ZM underscore, it's WZ underscore DOA3, implying
Warzone?
Warzone. Mm-hmm. So imagine
What the fuck?
Maybe it's
So
just
imagine-
an arcade machine in Warzone.
no, imagine top-down gameplay of the Warzone map shooting zombies, and then you have the zones like you have the gas in Warzone, and you fuck around all around the map. The entire Warzone map.
Maybe, but my problem with that is they already gave a teaser for Dead Ops Arcade 3, and it shows that like that island with the big skull and everything like that that's been around forever. And like, if it's the
Who
Warzone
says
map, that wouldn't be there.
Warzone map isn't a giant island?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like it's the exact old Dead Ops Arcade island.
What, the same fucking map?
In the teaser, yeah, it's just the silhouette of it. So it could be either they're using that to just say, "Hey, this is Dead Ops," or there's like, you know,
Oh,
we're gonna
I
end up
wish-
going back to that setting, or it'll be in that map somewhere.
I don't think it's gonna be linked to Warzone anyway. It could just be like a
Yeah.
coincidence, or it could be a false leak or anything. Because is DOA even like the first Dead Ops Arcade or second ZM underscore?
Well, yeah, what is Dead Ops
Has
considered?
anyone,
Has
like-
it ever been
I
considered?
don't know. I have
something?
no idea what the.
I
think
know,
it-
and they
it
have a
wouldn't be
singular
CP.
map file. It's a singular map file. No, it wouldn't be CP because it's not linked to campaign.
But it's in the camp. In Black Ops 3, you can only get it.
Black Ops 3 it is.
Yeah, in campaign.
It's probably a CP map.
Wait, it is linked to campaign on Black Ops 3?
Right, it's
Yeah,
not
you
linked. It's
do it
not.
through
It's not
terminal.
linked in terms of story, but you get it in campaign.
That's how you do it in Black Ops 1. You get the you type in the terminal.
But it's in the zombie
yeah.
section in Black Ops 1, though.
'Cause there's a hub in BO3 where you can like customize your weapons and everything. And you
Yeah,
unlock
there's
it.
that terminal over there.
Maybe it's just an arcade machine in Warzone.
Yeah,
You're right,
if anything,
trying
that's
to,
what I feel
you're
like
trying
it'll
to win a Warzone match. Like, wait, I gotta do this.
Hold
Dead
up,
Ops
gotta
Arcade
play Dead
first.
Ops Arcade. I'm actually about to, while we do this, gonna load up Black Ops 3, gonna go into DOA and find out the prefix.
Us. Official
Yeah.
confirmation. I would like to see Dead Ops Arcade 3 a lot more accessible. Like, if I click on zombies, it's just there in the map list. I want that. Like, why are we putting it under some hidden menus and shit? Just let me fucking just click zombies and play it. Because I've literally never played
For
Dead Ops
Dead
Arcade
Ops?
2. Yeah.
Oh. The only reason why I understood it like that in Black Ops 3 is because there was more than just Dead Ops as a bonus mode. Like, there was the free run and Nightmares. And
That's what they
rather
did
than
in
just tie
BO1.
them into campaign.
Free run
they
could
did
have
that in
been
BO1 too.
so good.
Dude, I thought
Yeah,
they were
Black
gonna
Ops
release
1 did
the
have it.
DLC maps with free run because I fucking loved it so much, but
It was.
never
It was
did.
kind of great.
Free run had so much potential. Like, Cisco Surf is such a huge thing. They could have done that in fucking COD. But they just gave, like, the basic base maps and then just never touched it ever again.
What do you think about Nightmares from BO3?
fucking garbage.
You think they'll ever do that again?
No,
Hell no.
I don't know what to think. I played, like, one mission. That's it. I can't even remember my opinion of it.
it's just the campaign, but with zombies in it. Like that's it.
Well, it's
Like,
also out of order. It's in a different order, and there's narration.
It's out of order and there's
characters.
actually different shit.
There's zombies in it.
What do you
Woo!
get for beating it? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
The satisfaction of wasting your life.
that's
how
what
I
games
remember
used to
the
be.
BO3 campaign. Trango boom.
Oh my god. I still haven't completed the Black Ops 3 campaign.
I never even got
I
through like the
missed out on
first
anything.
half. It was so bad. It was so stupid and illogical, and I hated it.
I got to like some warehouse in a snow map after the dude's like Jenga beam. And I just it was so boring. I couldn't keep
That's
playing.
literally like level 3, but yeah, it's so. I don't know. Like, I can sit through and do like pretty much any campaign within like a couple hours. Black Ops 3, I tried to sit down and do it. It literally took me the whole day, and I still know I wasn't even like part of the way through. It's insanely long and it's so boring, and it has no tie. It has quote unquote ties to the past 2 games, but it's not anything that's
There was
significant in the
one
story
mention
overall.
that does.
Yeah, they were like Menendez, and I'm like, oh, I know that guy. And that's
That
it.
was it.
That's it.
Imagine what the Black Ops 4 campaign would have been with the how they go back in time.
That would have been so sick. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I wish
I
they
would
would've
have.
ran with it.
Yeah,
Going back in
but they
time
were
and
like-
rewriting history, dude. God, oh,
but
like you're just going
instead
back
they
to
were
all the
like
old missions and you're just like changing it.
specialist tutorial. Here's
Get what you
cutscene.
know. We're gonna start a whole marketing campaign
but
on
like-
forget what you know and then do nothing with it. Fucking sick. Good one, Activision Blizzard.
I actually can't open up Husky in DOA.
What do you need Husky for? Just have the console open and then type /UI map name.
Oh,
Damn,
alright.
look at this guy. He's smart.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was smart.
Let's get some
They have a
questions from
different
chat.
UI and everything.
Campaign has been entirely off the rails since Black Ops 2 with Treyarch. Well, we haven't seen a campaign from Treyarch since Black Ops 2 other than 3.
Yep.
A good one.
So you like,
Black Ops 3 sent it off.
we're gonna weave the story through multiplayer. It's gonna be interwoven.
This dude really sent BO3's campaign was Blundelified, as if Blundell wasn't the person that directed the campaign for BO1 and BO2.
Yeah, Blundell comes from the campaign team into Zombies.
Black Ops 3's campaign was Blundelified. You fool. That's actually when he left campaign.
I disagree. Modern Warfare
But
was
every
not a
title-
boring retcon of COD 4. It wasn't even a retcon. It's just a new
What?
new universe.
It's
The
not
Modern
even.
Warfare
It's,
campaign was fucking
James.
awesome too.
Yeah, it's a loading screen for Transit. What do you mean every title was shit since Black Ops 3, bro? Infinite Warfare? Modern Warfare
Infinite Warfare's
2019?
campaign was good.
What the fuck? Bro.
CP, DOA.
Yeah, CP. Those were CP.
Huh.
Alright, bro.
Yep.
It's a fucking
That's
arcade
very
machine
odd.
somewhere in Warzone. That's Dead Ops Arcade 3. TM.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely gonna pop up in Warzone then. You're right. Damn. Why the
might
fuck
be-
would
it
you
might
go
be-
in Warzone to play
No,
Dead
no, no,
Ops?
no, 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 no. So, what I'm thinking, it's not gonna be in Warzone because you'd be like, oh, we gotta go in Warzone to play fucking DOA.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
thinking it's gonna be a reveal in Warzone that you have to do like an event or something.
I think you just
Oh.
have to unlock it in
Maybe.
Warzone somehow. Same way with how campaign did it in Black Ops 3.
Yeah,
You
there's
used
no way
to
you
do it in
have to
campaign.
access it from Warzone every time.
Yeah.
That'll be like a one-time thing.
Mid fucking match. Fucking yo, let's drop
with
arcade
squad.
machines.
You're with the squad, you're going towards another team, about to win the game. One of your teammates is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go play Dead Ops."
Bro, I'm fucking down. Res me, bro. Hold on.
Yeah, protect me. I'm playing Dead Ops. Cover me.
Shut up, bitch. Gorilla coming for me.
Just imagine it on the whole Warzone map, though. I think that'll be awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't be
The whole
surprised. actually,
Warzone
if they
map
did that.
Dead Ops.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it'd
Uh,
probably be broken up into
Yeah,
parts like they do.
they'll
with
zone
previous
it.
games.
They'll zone it like they do in
Yeah.
Warzone with the circle. I imagine that's
I
how
don't
they do
know.
it. There are like points of interest around the entire map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What about the
So-
leak that Dead Ops Arcade 3 is the Chaos and Nether story combined?
I believe that 100%.
good.
Like Dead Ops is literally just a mashup of all things zombies, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's not like it messes with storyline or anything like that, so I'd say that's perfectly normal.
Yeah, Blightfather's in DOA. That's gonna be fun.
Real question is who's gonna be the new monkey?
Did he die at end of DOA too? I never finished it.
I think so. Yeah, I think both of them ended up dying.
Well, what if they
in
just say
each
it takes
Dead Ops.
place before that?
Well, it's
Valid.
the third one.
Yeah.
Easy, bro. Easy way out. Transit bus boss fight in Warzone. I can't believe it didn't add. Oh my god, they're gonna sell the fuck out of the transit bus as a vehicle skin or some shit in this Warzone. There's no way they don't do that. I don't see
mean,
any
how are they gonna
feasible
do that?
version of reality where they don't sell the transit bus in the battle pass or some shit.
Transit,
All I'm saying is-
it could just be a skin.
Imagine, bro, they have
All I'm saying is-
imagine they have new locations, garages, and you go up to the garage and you get to pick your vehicle that you've got. Boom, transit bus, 3,000 COD points.
Hell fucking yeah. The real question is, are they gonna pull a COD Mobile and bring Ted in as a playable character?
They did that in Black Ops 4.
Is he a
Yeah.
playable character in Black
Yeah.
Ops 4?
Yeah,
Blackout. Oh, that's happening as well. Guarantee that. Everything's
better
gonna
bring
be
it
better
back.
past, bro.
I scared my dog. I'm sorry.
Did you see the image of the Cold War Alcatraz Warzone? Did anyone see
Yes.
that? Does anyone have a link
Yes.
to that? Because I can't find that anymore.
Absolutely not.
Fuck. It looks pretty good if that is what that is it claims to be.
I
It's,
mean, I
it's
just-
like a
yeah.
I didn't see the leak. There's an actual like image of it.
yeah, it's like Modern Warfare 3 Resistance in the Ghost. No, sorry, the Infinite Warfare remake. It's like sunny, but it's like Alcatraz Island, autumn-ish. It looks pretty fucking good. But what's gonna happen to the Warzone map, Verdansk?
Nuke.
Well, yeah, it could get nuked, but it's either they're going to allow you to choose either map, or they will just destroy the, the previous map that we've been on, Verdansk.
I hope they don't replace it. I hope they just add on.
Um,
Well, what would Verdansk have the story-wise to Cold War?
yeah, that's
Nothing.
the problem,
but
really.
Warzone doesn't matter because you're gonna have Cold War weapons in Warzone anyways,
That is true.
as well as Modern Warfare weapons.
I think now that I think about it, they're probably just gonna get rid of the map. They're gonna like nuke it.
Check DM. It's gonna fuck the stream, but sure. Oh, Robert's got it. Okay, I got an image. Thank you, Robert.
What a good boy. I'm proud.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. Ignore the fact that the circles are fucked for now. Alright, we back. We back.
How
We
dare you?
back.
My circles.
Alright, look in here look. Our files are too powerful. Fucking hell.
Well,
Nitro loser.
Who the fuck buys
Haha.
Discord Nitro?
Me,
Nah,
bro.
bro.
It's fucking great. I don't have to fucking compress everything I send to people now.
That's the only benefit though.
Yeah, it's great if you're a mapper.
There it is.
And honestly, looks like, yeah,
Holy shit, that looks sick.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be in. Wait, is that clipped? Is that clips right there? The red things?
Is that what?
Is this taken in
Uh,
Radiant?
No.
Clips?
That looks
No,
like
they're
a clip
dev. They
brush.
look like
Oh,
dev
no.
textures. They're dev textures. As you can see, grid.
Oh, because there's orange. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, where's grid?
Can't see the grid.
It's a little white.
Look, you can clearly see a white grid on the red beams.
Oh,
This is
oh,
cringe
oh.
lord.
I
I'm
was
a
about to say,
gamer
do
and
they
I can
map
see it.
in 3D grid now?
Oh no. They're not Source 2 yet.
Side note, how about that elemental pop?
Oh, elemental pop. What the fuck do you think that's gonna do?
They already said what it does. It's so you know the pack-a-punch, how you when you double packed you got the alternate ammo type like kilowatt or dead wire or
Oh, so
fireworks.
that
Or
gives.
That's what I thought it was
so
gonna
the
be.
the perk is gonna be giving you the alternate ammo types now.
It's gonna be
They have
random.
that. They do that in Infinite Warfare.
Yeah. Well, it's either random or you have to remember we get to upgrade up to 4 times. So it's probably a certain ammo type for each upgrade.
It'll have to get stronger as well.
Yeah.
And more frequent.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what exactly it's going to be because apparently there still are multiple alternate ammo types and a new one coming in.
Yeah, in the leak it says
So-
there's gonna be AATs.
Yeah. So there's definitely going to be multiples. I don't know if the perk's going to give you a random one or if it's going to go up with each upgrade or what. I don't know.
well, let's say the elemental pop just gives you like fire, ice, air, as in wind and earth. But then the AAT is something different, like turned. That's completely different to those effects. Or
True. I need to find the link where they were talking about Cold War again because they straight up said alternate ammo types, but they could have just been saying that, not actually meaning legit AATs from double packing.
well, since we're having like
Uh,
4 tiers of each perk, what do you
Yeah.
think Jug tier 4 is gonna be? Just more hits? Take?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are they gonna do?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more hits.
What if they do
I think
tier 1 is just the normal extra hit, tier 2 is faster health regen, tier 3 is fucking another hit, and tier 4 is even faster health regen again?
I feel like Quick Revive is gonna be the one that has the health regen, just because that's what they did in Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
They
Quick
removed
Revive
its self-revive,
tier
but
4.
made it useful by giving it faster health regen.
MGPW gaming, what's going on? Dylan, Connolly, what's going on everyone? Are you all doing?
Hey, vibing.
It's gonna be very interesting to see like the tiers and what they give. And I want Mule Kick. I love Mule Kick. I need my Mule Kick. How the fuck am I getting Mule Kick in this game? Where does
It's
that take
probably
place?
gonna be with Speed Cola probably.
You reckon?
Makes
Speed
no
Cola.
sense.
Tank? Why?
I mean, is Mule Kick
it-
confirmed or not
reload
come
your
back?
weapons. It has to do with reloading your weapon faster. So like on the last tier or whatever, you get a third weapon,
Shit.
and the second tier could be like swapping weapons faster or something.
Yeah, like dexterity.
Third tier could be whatever the fuck.
What
and
about
then fourth
sprinting and
is-
shooting? Whatever. Gun ho.
Oh, gung ho, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
They could do crazy shit with the perks. And now that there's no perk limit, and they're finally introducing a new perk, like actual perk in the map, since fucking Shadows of Evil, I'm hoping they have new perks per map. Like we have Elemental Pop in D Machine. I'm hoping we have like some other shit in Berlin, some other shit in, all the maps. Want to see that return? I think it'll be part of the upgraded perk system. Yeah, I'm fucking. Would have to be. But what do you think about
Well,
no
they-
perk limit?
I'm kind of fine with that. I think it's all right.
How
with
many
how
perks
these are?
on the map though? Do we know?
6. Yeah, 6. Triax said crack open a 6-pack.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but does that mean Does that mean that it's 6?
Yeah, because they said there's no perk limit, and then they said right after that, so crack open has 6 perk.
I mean, he could have just been saying that, you know?
And in the leak, it only lists 6 perks. On top of that.
Did it? Here, wait, let me check.
Yep, it lists 6 perks. And then it talks about how the other ones were mentioned somewhere.
Yeah. Side note, so do you guys think double tap's not coming back? I mean, it's not shown in that list technically as part of the 6, but
What if they just add it to... They just add double tap to fucking Elemental Pop? Because Elemental Pop's about changing your bullet, so why not double your bullets in that?
No, I think
Very
they're
true.
gonna take the BO4 approach and do the pack-a-punch.
yeah,
No more double tap.
I think they're gonna still do that, especially since we have rarities now. I feel like pack-a-punching is just gonna up the rarity.
I hated pack-a-punching my gun 4 times just to get the
Yup.
effect of double tap. That was
My only issue...
one of the worst things.
Bro, my only issue with the redoing your PAP is that there's no visual representation of where you're at with the gun.
The only way you can tell is if the
hinge
points
string.
change to
Yeah.
1500.
I want like the gun to massively visually change per upgrade, so I visually know exactly where I'm at when I'm just looking at the gun. So I don't have to like run up to it, quickly read it, get hit by a zombie, run away, run back. Does it say that? Oh shit, run back. Oh, it says 5,500, not 2,500. I'm done. I need a visual representation. Then I think it's thinking can get away with it that way. That was my only problem with it. Like how Black Ops 4 had the ability to change the perks, so maybe we will see that with classes. Changing the perks, there's no way they're doing that again. Perks are definitely in the map, unless they have like special like talismans almost, where that gives you double tap and you can choose 1 talisman per class or something, like a multiplayer.
I'm still surprised. I'm still surprised that they like they didn't do anything with the Wonder Fizz. Like, I genuinely thought that if they were gonna do something to where you choose something, like choose your perks or one a random one or anything like that, you would instead be like picking what perks to get out of the Wonder Fizz more than anything. That's what I thought was
True.
gonna end up happening, but that didn't happen.
What, in BO4?
It was like just after BO4 came out. I think I was talking to someone about it and saying stuff like that, yeah. And then I was expecting them to try and do something like that with Cold War again, because I thought they were going to be like, well, Black Ops 4 didn't work, but people still liked it, so... Because there are people out there that genuinely defend the system.
Well, I think well, you have the thing like vocal minority, silent majority.
Yeah.
So maybe the silent majority loves the fuck out of Black Ops 4. We don't even know.
Yeah.
But the fact that they are changing it to what like the general community has been voicing, maybe that means community was right.
I hope.
Yeah. The thing I liked most when I saw the reveal trailer for Zombies was the new perk designs. They all look so good.
Oh, dude.
Way better.
Quick
than
Revive is
Dude.
hot as fuck, bro.
Yeah, Quick Revive I think looks the best.
Like, dude, those fucking lines on the fucking center. Oh my god! So good.
Indeed.
Fucking all shiny and shit.
Honestly though, with Deadshot, I think it looks really good, but I feel like they overdid it. Honestly, like it doesn't even look like Deadshot. I mean, you can tell, but like
It's emo, bro.
No, it
looked
looked a
so
lot like
emo.
Deadshot. It looked a lot like Deadshot. It's just obviously not skin.
Wait,
the
what
same,
if
like, different
Deadshot
color
gives you
scheme and
double
everything.
tap?
oh, that would actually make sense. I would love that.
I wouldn't
would
be
actually love
surprised, but if they're gonna, like, I'm still thinking about how they did it with BO4. With BO4, it did it like where it was highlighting shit with its modifier, and then it did more damage through that.
Yeah, but there's 4 tiers.
Or sorry, if you chained headshots. Sorry, not certain areas.
Yeah, because like Deadshot level 1 is what, reduced hip spread and aim assist at head, and then number 2 is extra headshot damage. Number 3 is double bullet damage. Period. Number 4 is faster fire rate. Question mark.
That sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, that could work.
I'll be down for that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Fucking Deadshot. Well, the perk
See,
shaders.
that's the approach they needed to take with BO4 instead of just subtracting by or adding by subtracting, you know? Like,
Instead of just adding on, they straight up changed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hate zombies now. It's terrible. It's 0 out of 10 bullshit because they replaced the perks with cans instead of bottles now. I just can't deal with this. I'm crying.
Oh, yeah,
right now.
you're right,
I'm
dude.
shaking. It's over with. There's nothing we can do anymore.
I'm actually have to agree with Konto here, so I hope people enjoy the podcast.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? You made me forget
Samantha.
now that I've gone with that joke.
I'm sorry.
Alright, well fuck it then. Samantha! The
Samantha!
fuck? The fuck?
oh, yeah.
How's everyone feeling about that?
I like
I don't mind that.
I love
like
the
it.
idea of the Dark Aether leaking into the reality, and that's what, the special groups are harnessing.
that was clear. That was what was going to happen.
Do we know for a fact that that's what this is happening here? The dark ether is leaking into just,
It's not necessarily the dark ether is leaking out. It's more of
where did you hear that?
Well, it's just in the trailer and stuff like that.
It's
where
alluded.
these things are coming from.
That's that's just built off
What
the trailer
D
showed.
Machina is? What D Machina is? This is 100% confirmed through the trailers and stuff. Not even like leaks or anything. D Machina was like back in World War II. Nazis found this dark ether shit and artifacts that were coming out of the dark ether. They were doing experiments with that. Shit happened. GG easy. That's normal, right? And then people were finding it, and then they locked it up. And then Samantha uncovered the footage like a week ago of people finding shit and then covering it up again. And then she said, well, it's happening again, lol. You heard of the Omega Group? And the Omega Group is a Russian group that's like technically the new 935, where they're just wanting to use these things from the ether for their own personal not good things, and we're the CIA team fucking shit up. That's pretty much what it is. So it's literally just shit is leaking out from the dark, which makes sense,
It's
by the way.
crazy to think that that's the same Samantha that fucking killed Nikolai in
Yeah.
Tag.
Well, isn't that the same Samantha that just went zh and just like snapped an Apothicon in half like it was nothing?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's why I called out like a week after Tagged or Toten.
So wait, does she still have all her fucking powers?
I think so, with 100% certainty.
Imagine that, bro.
Whether she remembers that, or whether she's pretending to not know, and that's why she's letting this whole ether stuff get out of hand again by calling it all out, or something. Whether she has her own plans in the background, which is alluded in their blog post about zombies.
They do say in the trailer
wouldn't be
anomalies
surprised.
around the world, which is another factor which plays into. It's just the Dark Ether leaking into reality. Like if you've seen Thor: The Dark World, where when the realms line up, there's just random anomalies around the world that just makes shit weird. I think that's like that, but for zombies, where the Dark Ether is just leaking into reality and there's random anomalies around the world, and then they're using those anomalies to their advantage, but then it backfires.
Because, like, you gotta remember, the whole reason why the whole ether story even started in the first place was literally that the Apothicons were banished to the Dark Ether. Before they were Apothicons, they were corrupted keepers. And they were like, I don't want to be locked in here anymore. So they started sending 115 out to everywhere in hopes that humans would find it. And since, they knew there was a gateway to Agartha on the moon, they were like sending 115 out onto multiple alerts, hoping that humans would find it and then, do wacky, crazy things to eventually lead them out of the Dark Ether. And that's kind of what ends up happening, but the problem is their very escape is the same reason why the cycle starts to loop back in Revelations, so it just kept going on forever. But yeah, long story short, they were already throwing like Element 115 out of the Dark Ether the same way that these artifacts are probably appearing. Which is also why we're seeing like a Speed Cola that's styled the way it is and a Deadshot styled the way it is, because it could just be coming from the Dark Ether from a different place that we haven't seen before. Rather than
I don't know
moving.
shit about the story, honestly. I used to follow up, and it's
Story's
too
my
much
jam.
now, just for the casual.
It
person
is
to
hard to keep
understand.
track of.
I think
Story's my jam.
since I started looking into it, it is pretty interesting when they start talking about like the Apothicons and the Corrupted Keepers and how that actually plays. But I do find like the characters like Dr. Monty / the Shadow Man kind of cringe.
It's a super good story. It's after like once Black Ops 3 started happening, it got way too crazy, and then it got crazier, and then it just kept getting more and more complex. But once you start to understand those things, it's like it slaps. It's good.
You don't think it's the
And
same?
then you
Samantha?
also get to call Treyarch out.
You think it's another
Huh?
reality game? Because at the end of Tug, fucking Samantha and Eddie walk off into the light, and then like the reality collapses, or whatever. It's just black. That it has to be those two from that ending, because they go to the perfect world.
Yeah, that's 100% it. But
And
here's
by the
thing,
way,
though.
my Transit, I can't believe the fact that they're doing this story works perfectly for me, because I was going to do that with Transit. Like,
What?
because the whole story, the way I'm writing Transit is, you find an item in Transit, which you use to save yourself at the end of Tug, as the Victor's crew, to like escape death. So they just play it like
Leaked.
it's gonna just work perfectly in Cold War, as if like it was planned from the beginning, as if like I'm Treyarch.
That's true.
I'm
But
Treyarch.
Victus might not return. I wouldn't be surprised if Victus doesn't.
No, Victus
return,
doesn't
though.
have to return.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah. So the thing with Tiger Toten's ending, though, I'm not gonna go too long with this, but I called it out like a week after it was released because I already noticed that it was literally BS. That Ultimus and Primus died for no reason, because nothing was solved, which is actually the case here. Samantha is still completely corrupted, hence why she was able to go Super Saiyan on motherfuckers after seeing Maxis die by Monty. Also, it has never been implied that she is innocent and pure anymore, even after what happened with Monty, quote unquote, purifying her soul when she went to the house. Again, she went Super Saiyan anyway, so it's not like it matters. Also, it doesn't matter anyway, because anything that's been corrupted by the Aether will be forever corrupted, no matter how many times you die, no matter which reality you're in, because it's one soul among all these bodies in the multiverse. Which was why Primus and Ultimus had to die. But, fun fact, I found this out last night. Richtofen bound the Ultimus' souls together in the elemental shard, which is why they were so tied to the Aether. Which was why their fates were so tied to the Aether, and that's why every time the Aether, and that's why they were forced to always live. Every time the Aether was going through the cycle, is because the Aether knew it had to keep them alive, because now they're part of the Aether. They're like completely intertwined with the Aether. So the fact that young the fact that young Edward Richtofen gets to live, despite the fact that Ultimus and Primus dies, now also doesn't matter because of what happened with the elemental shard and everything like that. Samantha, both of them are still completely corrupted after being in the Moon Pyramid and everything like that too. So, regardless of where they walk out to and everything like that, Samantha's not the innocent and pure version of herself, unless they retcon it and decide "fuck you." But since I called out all of that stuff way earlier, I doubt they're doing that.
I mean, Craig did say on the fucking reveal, what's canon is canon.
Yeah.
So that they're implying that they're not going to retcon anything.
True. Yeah, so my opinion is that Samantha, it's either she doesn't know or remember. I feel like she does, though, or she's hiding it. But
yeah,
she's
I feel like she knows
still
completely,
corrupted.
and she doesn't want to fuck the world, so she just doesn't use it. Maybe fucking... What if... You know how Richtofen gives, like, the burden to Nikolai, and Nikolai takes over?
Yeah.
Does Richtofen ever tell Nikolai about the elemental shard shit?
I don't think he does, but he reads the Chronorium. Which, side note, is fucking hilarious. It's an Apothecon book. Why would you trust an Apothecon book? Or not Apothecon. It's like a keeper book. So why would you trust a keeper book in saving yourself from the keepers? It's literally designed to keep the cycle going with our crew.
Yeah. I think
So what you're
Nikolai.
saying is-
I think Nikolai got fucking tricked and just all off themselves for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that's literally it. He was told by the Chronorium that they had to keep doing this, and that because they were repeating the cycle, which is true, but he believed that they had to die in order for it to not to continue. But it doesn't matter, because no matter what, they're still tied to the Aether, which never got destroyed or anything. So, I mean, the summoning key doesn't exist anymore, so that's good, but the Aether and everything still exists.
So when I said to you,
This is too
Logical
much for
and
me.
Zela,
This
when
is
you
too
asked
big
me
brain.
who the fuck Konto is, I said he's just a guy who knows too much about the story. Point in case.
Huh?
Yeah.
Case in point, sorry. Gotta look up the zombie storyline. Mate, it's fucking... It is insane. Definitely insane.
Yup.
One thing I find really weird is that why are wall bars canon? Why did they?
Wait,
Why are perks canon? Why are the power-ups canon? You know, like...
they're canon because back when like World of War and Black Ops 1, when people were back when the story was literally just like this conspiracy theory, basically, how they all looked at it back then. When they were asking those questions, Jimmy Zelensky just kind of like threw out an answer. But because now he threw out an answer, that means it's a detail that tied it to the story. So that means Blundell had to fully explain it later, which he never really expanded much on. He just clarified that what Jimmy said was basically keepers and apothecans. But that's pretty much why. I mean, people were just asking why these mechanics existed because they knew the announcer is someone controlling the zombies. Therefore, why would they allow like perks and stuff to exist if...
I feel like it went from in like Black Ops 1 and 2, like at the start of Black Ops 2, it just went from just a normal, just like real life, but a zombie outbreak happened and there's a bunch of like, it just plays into a bunch of real life conspiracies and shit. To,
Yeah,
it's
I
all
love
just a
that so
game.
much.
It's all just a game by fucking Samantha and Eddie at the house. It's just like a board game. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, they control the zombies, but that makes sense why that happens. And then it goes, squid monsters, the shadows of evil, octopus, tentacle.
Yeah, I never understood that. It took a real hard turn left.
But
Well,
motherfucker,
That's why I'm saying like I respect Blundell's era of things, but it also kind of fucked up a lot, especially with the story. Because what he did it to like basically some things that couldn't be explained or weren't explained yet. We just put it down to quote unquote 115 displacement or something like that. But now it can be canonically said people in the ether did this or that. And he was adding like this multiverse and stuff like that so that it was a lot easier to just flesh out details without fucking up the storyline too much more. But in turn, still fucked up the storyline that much more and added way more stuff than needed to be.
if anyone is wondering about Dairaz and where Dairaz is going to be, Dairaz isn't going to be in China. It's going to be in
This is bullshit.
it's going to be near Transit, and I'm going to explain how. The reason why Buried is like an African town somewhere else is because when Earth got hit by the rockets, there was some weird like elemental rift. Well, what I'm doing is the reason why the buildings are in China is because of that same thing. There you go.
I mean, there's Chinese signs all over the...
Doesn't matter. It's an elemental rift.
I agree. Also, Buried isn't an African town.
What?
It's an American Western town, but it
Yeah.
got sent into Africa.
Yeah, same shit. Gonna be in Transit because 115.
I always thought that the story should have ended with Moon. It got too complex after that, and
I think Transit
it-
was fun.
No, it got more complex on Origins. Origins is the only thing that started to make it more complex, and that's because it was the dawn of Black Ops 3's era. of everything.
Origins was basically a reboot, pretty much, of the whole story, if you think about it. Like, because of where Jimmy Z was going with it. Blundell was just like, okay, let's bring back the old characters,
yeah.
but they're going to be young. And
Yeah,
they're from
that's
they're from
literally
a
what it
completely
was.
different universe, and they're just going to try and fix everything.
I'm still always curious on how Zelensky was going to go through with it. Because I really liked how his shit was. I loved going into real-world conspiracies about, like, the Illuminati and the CIA and shit like that. To learn stories and shit. Just so I can understand zombies lore better. Like, that was just badass. I
loved in Alpha Omega
And now
when they
it's just
talked
like-
about when they reference MK Ultra and they play into that and they create their own program MK Alpha.
Yeah.
That was lovely. I love that.
Yeah.
One more of that shit.
It kind of sucks that we're not going to see much of that anymore. Unless Zelensky returns, but that's not happening, probably.
Hashtag bring back Zelensky. Bro, fucking what's his name? I can't remember that. The dude who invented zombies for Call of Duty.
World
What's
of
his
War.
name?
Zelensky.
No, not Zelensky. Not him.
Blundell,
No. Jason something, I think.
Jason Statham,
Yes.
Say the same shit.
I can't remember who it was,
Jason
but
Bourne.
bro, he shit talks Activision all the time on Twitter. It's like, damn, bro. Used to be fucking under their umbrella. I think he's mad salty about zombies, where it went.
Jeez. Oh, fuck. I think I know who you're talking about. I mean, Zelensky does
I
the
saw
same
him on
shit though.
Twitter.
He popped off on Twitter every once in a while when it was like, I'm pretty sure he also when when it was rumored that a bunch of people were getting dropped from Treyarch. I don't even know if that was confirmed, but he was just like hinting at, or Zelensky tweeted about it in a salty-ish manner and was hinting at the head of Treyarch. So I wonder. I don't know if anyone ever knew how Zelensky left, but judging from how he responded with all that, feel like he just got dropped. I feel like they didn't like how experimental he was.
The new direction they're doing?
I don't think so at all. Imagine you create a whole mode with a purpose and story, and then you just get kicked from the team, and then they just take in a whole different other way and change it completely.
I mean, Zelensky respects Blundell's like gameplay aspect of everything. Like he's openly said that on Twitter. I don't think he's ever said anything about the story though. But I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't like that, because it is 100% like a completely different take on what Zelensky would have done.
Yeah, Zelensky was science fiction. Blundell's science fantasy.
Yeah.
So I differentiate.
Yeah. That's pretty much it, yeah. I also like how recently, ever since the D Machina intro cutscene got released, everyone's freaking out about Samantha being there in 1983. They're like, she should be like 9 or like 60
what?
or something like that.
Why is that what people think about?
I know, people don't understand basic math.
People are freaking out saying she should be 60.
Bro, she's being teleported from one fucking reality to a new one.
Well,
surely she could just teleport there in a different time.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't know if you saw what I posted in the Discord like way earlier this morning before I passed out, which is why I woke up a couple like almost an hour ago. But Samantha was born in November 5th of 1934, right?
November 5th, my birthday.
And Moon took place on October 13th, 2025. So she would have been 90 to 91 years old, yet she's still not fucking 9 years old in the pyramid, right? And then she gets plucked out of the pyramid and swept into Richtofen's body. And by the time buried happens, that's December 31st of 2035. She should be 101 years old when she gets plucked out of Richtofen's body and taken up into the ether with Maxis.
Isn't buried 1295?
No, the town itself is from that time. Yes, but the events of buried with Victus and stuff like that happens in December 31st, 2035.
Rockets weren't fucking. Do
what?
Yeah, it can't be fucking 1295 because the rockets wouldn't have fucked to the earth yet.
Yeah, Moon happened in 2025 and everything too, yeah. The town and stuff existed in 1295, which I'm pretty sure is why it's called Resolution 1295. But like the events of Buried itself actually happens.
It's a fucking time bomb in Buried. Why haven't they brought back any time? Imagine time travel elements in Easter eggs. Like, you legitimately do the story. You legitimately do what the story does. You go on the teleport and you shoot the one off at the same time. Teleport back in time and the map's completely different. It's like a different time. Everything's not as fucked. And you do like some secret shit.
I kind of did that.
Oh.
Imagine that. Yeah, but there isn't just one fucking room. It's a cutscene basically.
Also, I'm gonna mention this because I just have it sitting here on my window. Tag takes place sometime during 1983 and 1984 as well, which is probably just coincidental to the fact that the story is also going to be starting at 1983, but I just found it interesting.
That is interesting, actually.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm pretty sure it's
when does that
kind of interesting
asteroid hit? Like the tungsten, whatever.
The 115 and the Tunguska River.
That's it.
Shit.
I think in the 1300s.
No, it's not even the 1300s. It happens pretty... Here, let me check. Hang on. That's something I've never even, remembered. I don't even know why.
Yeah. Like, if you want something in
1908.
Zombies, you have to do it in custom zombies first. Then if you get it, years later, COD will steal it. I fucking reinvented the whole design of, buildables in Berkeley then. And I want them to copy that. Because I feel like what I did and what I got Simbo to script for me is way better than fucking fighting 3 parts that spawn in 3 random locations.
Mm-hmm.
Like finding just one blueprint and then collecting the secondary currency and placing it whatever buildable you want.
I do enjoy the scrap system actually.
More easy, more fun. You can just go on the map, pick the blueprint, place it, build it. Instead of fucking 3 separate parts for each thing that has 3 separate locations for each part of that thing. And then you have a fucking inventory that's just it's like 50 black squares when you open the inventory. It's like relax, bro.
But yeah, the meteor crashes in 1908 on the Tunguska River, the first meteor,
Yeah,
and then they 935 establishes a base or a research facility near it in 1940.
Which is Shinonuma?
No. Call of the Dead, I believe. Or not Call of the Dead. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm brain dead.
Isn't it Shinonuma?
No, I don't think so.
Well, Shinonuma references it, at least.
Yeah, Shinonuma referenced it, and there is like a thing next to it, but I don't think that's where it's at. Let me check. Shinonuma. Yes. I spelled it correctly.
Came up with the Jack in the Box Bunky Bomb like 10 years ago. What the Samantha... Think about the Samantha thing. I need to see your thing to understand what you're talking about. I didn't get into customs until Black Ops 3. Because before that, I was a console motherfucker.
Imagine being a console player.
Yeah, dude.
Literally me.
Fucking, bro. I was all over PlayStation 3/4 Advanced Warfare multiplayer. All on that, bro. All on that.
Oh shit, yeah, no, it was Call of the Dead.
Do you
It
think...
was Call of the Dead.
What other small maps could they expand into like new maps like they did with the Machine?
I mean...
Transit! That'll be fucking
Dude.
Warzone level big.
People don't realize how massive Transit was going to be compared to how big it already is. Like, Transit's already really fucking big, but Buster B was gonna nearly double its size, and they had to cut it. Because Buster B was going to be a thing, and they cut it.
Yep. And now I'm doing
and
that.
It's fucking insane. Yeah, have fun with that, loser.
We'll do.
And not to mention, like, the paths in between, they were gonna be, like, fully detailed areas as well.
I don't...
So, like, that was
No,
gonna
I don't
be...
think that's not true at all.
Blundell said it
What
himself.
was-
That's why the fog is
What
there and
was
everything.
Buster gonna
No.
be?
The reason why it's fucking foggy...
Where was it gonna be? What was it?
It's because the min spec for the PlayStation 3 was 128 megabytes of VRAM. It's impossible to fit
Mm-hmm.
that much detail. That's why Wonder Fizz was invented in the first place. Because they didn't have enough memory to have the perk machines.
Detail.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
shouldn't
they said
put
they
the
cut that
fucking
detail
detail
though.
there in the first place. Because they
Yeah.
knew,
Oh, no,
what
yeah,
the console they
I-
were making it for.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, they were gonna have Transit with even those areas having all that detail and shit like that, and then it had to get cut because, again, I don't know what they were expecting to happen. But then they also had Buster B, which was about to like double its size. Buster B, I forget exactly where it was gonna cut through. I just know that it would come from like the farm area eventually.
Between Diner, if you look at I've
Yeah, it
got
was
the
like
map
between
here.
Diner and Farm or something.
I can see where the highway fucks off. I got the map
Yeah.
here. World at War Zombies had classes that COD now has. Wait. World at War Zombies had classes that COD is now inventing. Classes in Creator Class? You came up with zombies like 50 years ago, and George Romero stole it from me. What the fuck? True, Robert. You should sue. File chart, bro. Get in a lawsuit now. Here's what I don't understand. How can they say Transit was just too intense in the current systems, but then make a map as graphically intense as Origin? Transit is
not as big and shit as
yeah.
you think.
Origins is like half the size of Transit.
Which is crazy how they could pull off that huge ass like feeling.
Just
But-
because like they just have like ridiculously big, fucking big man that walks.
Yeah, it's yeah. People are like, bro, I thought Origins was like bigger than Transit. And I'm like, you fool. You imbecile.
It kind of sucks that Cold War it goes on the PS4 because that means min spec is 4 gig of VRAM. I believe that's the min spec PS4, which means
Well, they did
all
bring
the maps...
BO3 onto 360.
But that
PS3.
yeah, but then,
they looked like
Yeah,
dog
did you
shit.
see that
but
shit
wait, the
storm?
difference with that is they didn't build the game for the older consoles. That was like they built the game
Yeah,
for
they
the next gen,
downscaled and ported.
and then they got another company to fucking make it work on the old one. Whereas this one, it's gonna.
Are they not doing that?
Damn, so Raven's just another company to you.
I don't think Raven was behind that.
Yeah, it was Raven and I think another team, but I'm pretty sure it was Raven as well.
I'm pretty sure they just straight up outsourced it to some other company.
Did they? I swear it was like Raven and someone else.
No, I don't think it was Raven.
Well, fuck.
They need to have survival versions of the main maps. Well, supposedly they have two modes, a survival mode and a quest mode. And what I'm hoping is those drops mean you playing survival mode where instead of looking for parts around the map, you just randomly get them as you kill zombies when you're in survival. Whereas when you're in quest, you have to go find the parts, you have to go do the quest shit, etc.
So I don't know if I like spaced out or if we just legit haven't even like talked about it yet. Like, what do you guys think is gonna happen with the story of D Machine and zombies as well? I guess because there's gonna be what, like 2 or 3 maps on launch. What do you guys think the story is gonna be going? Like the direction, how we're gonna do shit.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like I don't have a fucking prediction or nothing. Like,
yeah, I don't really either, but it's because the story is so skewed from being its original like way. Like, we're gonna be a random strike team with campaign characters.
I think that's good. I think
are interchangeable.
Look, what I don't like in storytelling in games is where the protagonist just blurts out exposition.
Oh yeah, I think the only reason I'm both against it and for it. The only reason why I'm against it is because now that we don't have like a solid crew or anything like that, and since everyone is so interchangeable, it's gonna be so hard to like have a story within the maps with our characters. Because, like, for example, Ultimus did stuff in Darius, and Ultimus doesn't switch out with people and stuff like that. Therefore, we know that Ultimus did these things and they were important to the story for these reasons, and these things only happened because Ultimus did this. But we can't say Frank Woods did this during the story.
No, but what you can say is
switched out with that.
We've directed the CIA strike team to do that.
Oh yeah, we can still do that, but
But
the thing is, we don't have who is the strike team anymore.
Doesn't matter, bro. Portal 2. The character doesn't say a fucking word. Killer story. Love Portal 2.
Yeah, but it's still Chell. We know who it is.
Yeah, but it doesn't say a fucking word. It doesn't need to. Shell could have been anyone.
Yeah, but
and then in co-op he plays random fucking robots that were manufactured.
Because
you only find out.
Motherfucker.
You only find that out through like environmental storytelling. Like it doesn't explicitly.
Well, yeah, but that's what I was about to say though. Is the reason why I do like the fact that we're going to be switching out characters and stuff like that is we're going to be kind of forced to the Black Ops 1 and World of War style of things, where it's going to be more we learn everything through the gameplay rather than like direct ties to characters and stuff like that. Yeah, that's why I like that. I'm just worried.
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, but I'm also worried because I don't know how exactly they're gonna. Because, like, also, for example, how are we gonna move forward with outside of Black Ops Cold War if Zombies goes forward?
Well, they'll probably just
have to wait and see.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna have to wait.
I think they should now forever just leave Zombies to Treyarch and Raven or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
They should have one IP for Zombies, and that's it. I think they're gonna go back and forth. Like, you're gonna have Treyarch, Raven, Sledgehammer game, Infinity Ward, Haimu, Northern Counts game, and then back and forth. And with the Cold War ending, one of them leading to the Modern Warfare universe, perhaps Treyarch's next game is just straight up sequel to whatever the sequel is of Modern Warfare. If that makes any sense. So, Cold War leads to Modern Warfare 2019, which leads to Modern Warfare.
I think there's gonna be one more game in
21, which leads to Treyarch game.
There's got to be one more game in between
Modern Warfare
and Black Ops Cold War.
Well,
too big of a jump.
When Treyarch took over, Raven and Sledge fucked off and started their own shit.
Hmm.
So maybe Sledge does have a game next year.
No, they were cut from the development cycle because of that, though. Well, not cut out of it, but you know.
No, but according to leaks, right? According to rumors and shit, Raven was leading a project with Sledgehammer Games for a Cold War game, and then Treyarch came in, and then it became Black Ops Cold War, and then Treyarch's doing all this shit, and then at that same time, Sledgehammer went off and started developing Project, whatever, a free-to-play COD game, apparently. And that's just the leaks. That's where we're at.
What I remember being was that Sledgehammer and Raven weren't able to get shit done because they were like basically butting heads constantly. And then what happened was Sledgehammer got cut from the development cycle and then got replaced with Treyarch when they were starting their like Vietnamish Cold War style game. And then Treyarch turned it into Black Ops Cold War with Raven being like main developers as well. And then Sledgehammer then got moved to that new project because of that whole situation. And then now that they have such large teams and stuff like that, they kind of like split.
That's basically what I just said.
Now. Well, yeah, but you, you made it sound like they weren't really cut out of anything. They were just like they themselves moved over, which was why Treyarch had to fill in or something.
No. Treyarch took over because nothing was getting done, and then once Treyarch took over, Sledgehammer then was put on
that's what happened.
The apparently free-to-play COD game, whatever that means.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought you meant the other thing, my bad.
Let's read something in the chat here. What if there's random spawn points in the maps similar to Verrucht? No, I feel like you will all drop at Nacht in the center.
Well, I mean, we're gonna probably drop in through a fucking helicopter. Again, we're
there's gonna be those maps. Yeah, you know Modern Warfare.
We're gonna drop in outside.
How you load into the multiplayer maps is like load in a helicopter or a van or whatever. Probably gonna be that.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna like drop in somewhere outside of Noct and then make our way into it, and then we're gonna discover that it opens up the bunker at the bottom or something, and we just waltz on into death.
Hell yeah! I can't wait for Cold War Zombies for a crossplay. Yeah. Fuck it. Oh, it's gonna be great.
I have to be saving money to get a PS5 and hope to get the game like on launch so I can do a 24-hour stream. That's what I was gonna try and do. But then I ordered Wendy's. Huh?
What do you need a PS5 for that?
It's cheaper than buying an Xbox. And
what do you need let me rephrase. What do you need a console for that?
My computer won't be good enough, and I won't be able to afford upgrades in time compared to the console. So I'm just gonna buy the console and then go from there.
What card don't you have a 10 series card?
Yeah.
You can run Cold War. What the fuck are you on?
I can barely run Black Ops, and then Modern Warfare. I've straight up barely been able to run it all. I don't even think I've been able to actually play it. I don't know why, but my computer's ass. I don't know if it's something else with the computer, but all I know is that whatever, like, I won't be able to run it. Or if I can run it, I won't be able to run it and stream it. And that's more important, is I want to be able to stream it rather than play it overall.
Damn, bro. Why don't you go for the Xbox? Isn't the Xbox literally cheaper than what it costs to make?
Yeah, the Xbox Series S is gonna be like $300, but the problem with that is it's like severely reduced. It's basically an Xbox One X, but slightly improved. Whereas I can get the exact same power as a PS5 for for only $100 more than the Xbox's console.
The Xbox Series S, like, that's the way they made it so cheap and shit, was so that like
they lose money when they sell it, and then they recoup they eventually get a profit over time through the subscription service.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Like, well, Microsoft can afford it obviously because they're fucking Microsoft. But imagine making a product where you lose like $100 per sale. You have to sell as many as you can.
That'd be terrifying.
It's such a smart way of doing it though, to undercut the PS5.
Yo, they're about to just buy
and
out,
what's funnier is people are still saying they're gonna buy the PS5 over it. Which again, to be fair, I'm doing it too because I mean, only $100 more than the other console for like the exact same power as the $500-$600 variant.
Wait, what do you mean?
The PS5 digital literally is $400, and it's
No,
the
it's
exact same
500.
power. No, the PS5 digital is $400.
$399 MSRP.
Yeah,
That's pretty cheap. I was expecting the consoles to be more.
Oh yeah,
the
it's
the
400.
Xbox Series S is $299, and then but it's like severely reduced in a lot of ways. And then the PS5 is only $399, but it's the exact same power as the. How much is the actual PS5? Just 500?
Yeah,
600? I don't know.
500.
Either way, it's still at least $100 cheaper for the exact same thing, just because they removed the disc drive. That's literally what they did. It's only missing a disc drive now.
Why did they even make one with the disc drive?
Well, also the
Backwards compatibility.
the size
Oh.
of the storage size is also down.
Like
Storage
yeah,
size is the same between the digital and the fucking normal. I don't know what it's called. I think it's just PS5.
well, now
the digital
they
edition,
got the
they both
custom
have, like,
SSDs.
820.
They've got custom SSDs now, which is currently better than anything PC has. Until SSDs catch up to RTX IO, then PC will take over in a few months. But currently, PS5 holds a storage technology that's better than anything else that exists for gaming.
Mhm.
And with that custom
Well, that's
SSD,
what
it's only 935 gig. It was
Wait, what is?
the SSD on the PS5.
I thought the storage is going to be like 800 gigs.
Yeah, like it's less than 1 terabyte.
It's like 826. Oh yeah, it's like 826 gigs or something like that.
825.
Modern Warfare alone
825,
is
okay.
240 gig with Warzone installed.
Yeah, yeah, but you'll be able to expand.
But the thing is, though, I just mentioned the specific tech. How are you going to expand without significantly reducing performance with the shitter expanded storage?
I don't know if they ever talked about it. I know Xbox has their workaround.
Are they going to have? Is Sony going to sell
but I don't know if it's going to be the
first-party
same.
expansions?
All it does is it's made by it's overviewed by Microsoft, so it has the exact same thing. It's just externally the hard drive.
Yeah.
It's an external SSD.
Stream Elements Discord invite link is invalid. Click the link in the description. That should work. I forgot Stream Elements was even tied to my YouTube because I stream over on Twitch. I just I'm only streaming on YouTube because I'm doing the podcast. So podcasts were the only thing that I'm live streaming on YouTube. Everything else I live stream is on my Twitch, which you can go to in the description also. I'm pretty sure the memory controller that makes a PS5 SSD. It's the memory. Yeah, it's the memory controller as well. It's the compression. They built like a physical system for compression, and they have a fucking memory controller they customly built, which integrates directly to the CPU and memory for the GPU, so they can directly fucking unload without going through CPU cores. And the SSD is ridiculously fast on top of all that.
I feel like if you expand, it'll still be fine. Like I mean, if it is reduced performance, I don't think it's going to be to a point where people are like, trash. I hate this. What the fuck, bro?
I know. I saw a lot of people
think it would run at
complaining
some point.
about like someone was playing like a PS5 game or something, and it took like 10 seconds to load, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, where's the
speed?"
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
COD Zombies Podcast
personally,
without the
I
COD
wouldn't give a
part
shit.
or the Zombies part. If you go back the last 1 hour and 20 minutes, we're talking primarily only about COD and zombies, so
Well, we started off with multiplayer,
which is COD.
True. That is true.
Got you there. Yoli just joined on the
big
console
brain.
part.
I haven't heard
Huge
Zela talk
fucking
in like an
brain.
hour.
I know.
That was dead.
Zela, you still here? All right.
Sick.
Mhm. Well, they did like randomly mute a little bit ago, and then started to type and then unmuted. But then they have they still haven't even been talking both before and after.
Yeah,
that.
Zella was typing earlier. I saw Zella is fucking typing and then never said anything.
Yeah.
Rip Zella, guys. Can we get Rip Zella in the chat?
Bro, F in the chat.
Yo, how do you feel about Microsoft acquiring ZeniMax?
That's pretty epic.
Is that a big brain move on their part?
I mean, they got some stuff now.
I mean, earned media
They've
wise,
always had some nice stuff, but now they even a better library.
Oh yeah, because Forza
Well,
and
what
Grounded are
Microsoft-
gonna pop off.
Dude,
No, Halo, Gears
Minecraft.
of War. Forza is the best racing game. I don't want to hear it. It is literally
no,
the
true.
best racing game.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing
PS4,
that's so funny.
PlayStation's fucking whatever they have is garbage compared to
Yeah.
Forza.
I agree. I just don't like racing games. But like, the thing I find so funny is like, usually when these consoles come out and they're trying to show off how like great the graphics are and stuff like that, it's somehow always the racing games that make them look so fucking great, but nobody plays them.
No, there's a lot of people that play Forza.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
yeah,
Forza.
but I'm just saying, like, at least the most vocal and
why is
at least
Forza
nobody.
the only
says it
racing
is.
arcade game on PC? Why is Gran Turismo only on fucking console?
Because PlayStation is greedy and selfish.
Give me a God of War
I
on
hate
PC.
Sony, man. Bro, Sony, I'm not even gonna rant about that. I've ranted so many
They're
times about
really
how I
the
hate
worst
Sony.
game company.
I don't think the PlayStation console and stuff like that is bad. It's just Sony as a company.
They
when it
think
comes to
they're
all that
above
shit, is-
everyone.
They think they're the Apple of gaming.
Sorry if I wasn't talking. I had to go do something.
Oh.
Zela is revived. Look at that.
Yeah,
What are we
it's
talking
literally
about now?
about-
I'm talking about how the PS5 thinks it's such a fucking god.
PS5 is God. PlayStation.
Bro,
is
imagine
period.
this. Imagine this. You're wrong.
I used to
Anyway.
be an Xbox fanboy until I learned.
Imagine this. Elder Scrolls 6.
Never played them, so I
Fallout
don't give a fuck.
5 exclusive to Xbox. There's
Yeah.
no reason. There will be no reason to get a PlayStation.
Wait,
What do they have? Spider-Man, God of War. That's it.
Spider-Man kind of slapped though.
Last of Us?
That's 2 games though. You can't even fucking get backwards
Oh, yeah, I
compatibility
agree.
unless you pay for it. You have to
I've had
pay
a
for
friend who
backwards
said the same shit.
compatibility.
I've had a friend who said the same shit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a more expensive and possibly worse, but possibly just as good console for the sake of one exclusive, when I could just save a lot
Microsoft
more
has
money over on the other
everything now,
console
though.
and just watch YouTube. Yeah, like, bro, Game Pass Ultimate, bro.
It's so worth it. EA Access is now in Game Pass, so you get
You have-
all the fucking new Maddens and NBAs and FIFAs day one, or like at least a week or two. You have to wait.
That's,
have-
how the fuck does that... How do they make money off that?
I
Because
don't
so
know.
many people fucking have it.
But
I
like,
have it. I don't
it's-
mind paying the $15 a month for it.
15 a month.
Xbox Game
I
Pass
mean,
is literally
consoles in general are just irrelevant now since the 30 series came out. So, you know, like
Mm.
I'm
but
not
it's
even gonna
much-
bother.
Oh my
But-
god.
So
Sorry.
it's more easier.
Fucking
It's so much more
30
easier to load up a console. You just buy a console, plug it in, boom.
Can we
you're
talk
done.
about how big that fucking 3090 is?
Zela. There's gonna be a Titan above the 3090. How big is that
Are you
gonna be?
serious? It's gonna be like as big as my case. What the fuck?
Fucking 6-slot GPU. Yo, K Gaming raid. Yo, K
Right.
Gaming. Cryptic, thank you for the raid there, mate. What's going on, everyone? Currently,
Wait,
we're
it's-
talking about
how
consoles.
big is it?
It's
Have you
huge.
seen the
3090?
3090? Just look
It's
at
big,
3090
boy.
versus 2080 or something. It's so fucking big.
It's the same size as the Xbox One Series X. Xbox Series X.
It's huge.
Xbox One Series X.
Yeah,
Let's go,
Microsoft
boy.
even fucked that up.
What the fuck, bro? This thing is massive.
That's a big boy.
Well,
Hold on,
what
look at
about the
this image I'm putting in
Quadros,
chat.
which are above Titans? What the fuck are they gonna look like? Yeah, look how big that is.
God damn.
No, that's pretty small.
I want to see what the
Bruh.
Quadros are
I've
gonna
seen
look
bigger.
like.
Bro, it's twice the size of that fucking motherboard. My fucking
No.
RTX 2080 right now is the same size as the motherboard. Like it reaches the end. That is
Yeah, like
twice the size of what I currently have.
when I bought my RTX 2080, I didn't think it was gonna fit, but I mean it barely fits. But that is, I would have to get a whole new case, bro. A whole fucking new case.
Alright, so the Titan will be bigger than the 3090, and then the Quadro, the shittest Quadro will be bigger than the Titan. And then obviously you have the best Quadro above that. So I think the Quadro is just gonna be a whole case on its own, like a whole fucking full thing on its own.
It is the case.
They honestly should do that. Like, just have a case with the fucking graphics card already installed into it.
It's just
We're
you
slowly
buy,
going
bro, you buy a
in
graphics
progress.
card and then you build your computer in it. Like that's how big this is.
You don't need a
we
case
went
anymore. You
from-
can just buy a graphics card.
We went from computers taking up whole ass warehouses to like putting them in a notebook to slowly taking up the room again.
The big fucking wave.
No. I'm scared.
Bought the Xbox Game
Alright.
Pass and couldn't download or install a single game. I'm sure if you uninstalled the game app or whatever, you did it on, you'd be able to fix it. Windows is very buggy, especially the non-enterprise edition. It's fucking terrible. I downgraded to Windows 10 Pro so I could get the Game Pass thing, and I fully regret it. When I try to screenshot, it glitches out. Sometimes the start menu never opens. I have to restart fucking Explorer.exe. Sometimes the computer doesn't set off properly. It's so many fucking stupid bugs. Bring me back to Enterprise as soon as I'm bored with this. Thank you. Okay. So, where... You want to say something?
I was gonna say, it's been 101 minutes and we haven't answered any transit questions.
Yes.
I was
So,
about to
I was
say the
literally...
same shit.
So, yeah. We're 1 hour and 40 minutes. And I was literally going to transition to that just now. So, since we're 1 hour and 40 minutes of the podcast, I'm going to answer your transit questions. So, anyone here in the chat left a question on Twitter, I may be answering your question now. So, we have the first question at Real from P Capo. I hope I fucking said that right. Probably didn't, but oh well. He says, why you've chosen to remake map with a total different environment and not the same as the original? So, everyone thinks that they want a remaster, the exact same as the original, until they get it and realize it's as fucking as shit as it's always been. It's as shit as the original shit. So if you want to play it the exact same way as it is, just launch Black Ops 2 and play Transit from there. And if you want some examples of this, look at the popularity of Town Remastered versus Town Reimagined, which was made by Xela. And look at Modern Warfare Remastered versus Modern Warfare Reboot. Who the fuck plays Modern Warfare Remastered? Nobody cares.
I like the loot boxes.
Oh, you're permanently banned from the podcast now?
I'm sorry.
I'm fucking hungry. I might go to Taco Bell.
You can go... You should go fuck off right now while I answer these questions. You can't seem to take a short break while I, answer these. Do that now. And then, wrap up the podcast after that. Right, second question from my boy Crichton, at Crichton on Twitter. The O in that is a 0. He says, what made you want to do Transit? The tweet you sent out was definitely supposed to hit the 5k, although not as fast as it did, like you stated before. But what was it that made you want to go through with the idea? That's Crichton's question. When I played Black Ops 2 Transit, I loved the concept. Big, vast, open fucking map, huge. You get to traverse it on a bus. Honestly, I loved playing that. It was amazing in my opinion. Like, obviously when you compare it to other maps, in terms of the fast gameplay loop, it doesn't compare, but just as its own experience, I find an amazing map. And there were so many theories on that, like with crossover to daytime, if you saw that sign in the tunnel, how that was an Easter egg, where everyone was theorizing like, oh, you shoot the clocks with a jet gun and it becomes daytime, and then you get bus route B, or whatever, or like the bunkers in the tunnel. And I would just want to realize, like, all these ideas. I love the ideas, and I've also got my own ideas. I just want to take Transit and elevate it, but in a new way, where it's not fucked by the events of Moon. And also fit it narratively in a canon that actually work. Right, that's Crichton's question answered. Andrew Crichton? Yes, Andrew Crichton. Next we have at Skylar Paul 7. He asks, how many new areas are there? A lot. Every single fucking area in this map is going to be expanded. There'll be bunkers for every point of interest. There'll be new locations in the whole map. Obviously, with bus route B, there has to be locations for that. And, places like the church near town, you're going to be able to go in that. The fucking hunter cabin, that's actually going to be bigger and useful. Nacht, it's going to have purpose. It's going to be a bunker for Nacht. Going to be able to go out back. It's going to be wild. Transit in daytime would be nice. Well, what do you know? That's literally what I'm doing. Hope you were with us. If you haven't seen my Transit video, I'm remastering Transit. Go watch that on my channel after this. And anyone who's watching who hasn't hit like, hit like. The fuck? Right, next we have Hackers in Space on Twitter. They ask, will there be an option to play Transit how it was originally in Black Ops 2? Like a full remake of Transit alongside with your version being selectable from a menu starting the game, similar to Clix's Nuketown. Absolutely fucking not. That is impossible. Transit is so fucking massive, and I'm making it even bigger. There is no way at all for it to fit a whole separate version of the map in the map. Cannot be done. And I don't want to make the same thing again, because that's boring. Next question from Context Hansen? Out of Context Tim Hansen, that Twitter account. They ask, will the map contain perma perks? And they believe it's possible coding-wise in Black Ops 3 mod tools. There will be a way to get perks in the perma perk style. So you won't have permanent perks across games, because you can't do that without a mod. You can't save data between game sessions, unless you have a mod. And I don't want to require a mod to play the map. So what I'm doing instead, I've already written a script for Hackerspace, where if you get 100 combo headshots, you get Deadshot given to you for free. So there'll be perma perks in that style. There'll be a stamina up, there'll be a quick revive, there'll be Deadshot. There'll be all that. But it's not going to be permanently, because you can't do that without them. So you just be given the perk. So if you have 5 perks, and you want extra perks, you can do those Easter eggs to get them. Ducky in the YouTube chat asks, how do you plan to prevent infinite training space? I actually answered this in How I'm Remastering Transit video, and the map is going to be raining, so areas will be flooded, and in the flooded sections, your movement speed will be lowered, so that zombies are faster than you in the flooded areas, meaning you can't just rain everywhere. So instead of lava and fog, it's just water. Yeah, complete opposite. Alright, last question I have written in this doc from Twitter. So, chat, everyone in YouTube chat, if you have questions, ask it now, and I'll answer them after this one. Get your fucking questions in now. Alright, Pipe Source, or Soraz, who's actually one of my patrons, on Twitter asks, is Transit going to have its own beta? No. Transit will not have a beta or alpha or anything that anyone can play at all. The only person playing Transit is me, until it comes out. Because Transit is such a popular thing. If 47 Berkeley Lane's getting leaked to the workshop, Transit definitely fucking will. So the only thing that's playing Transit is me until it comes out. Otherwise, it's just going to be re-uploaded, an unfinished version on the fucking workshop. We don't want that. So, unfortunately, Transit will not have a beta, alpha, delta, Charlie, Bravo, delta, or anything. Joseph asks, you liked a comment about adding jetpacks to Die Rise. Are you actually going to do that? I like the comment because I thought it was funny. Jetpacks to Die Rise. Who knows, mate? Who knows? Maybe I'll add some sort of boost system like... I don't know. You never know, mate. I could switch it up entirely. You plan on using Xela's assets for Town Reimagined or Transit? Or are you taking your own spin on it? Alright, so I want to get this clear. I've said this so many times now, but I understand that new viewers and shit, they're not behind the scenes of mod tools. When Xela finished Return to Bus Depot, he wiped his computer, like installed a new Windows, completely delete, everything's gone. Files for Town don't exist, the files for Bus Depot don't exist, they don't exist. So if I wanted to use Town Reimagined and Xela would agree to sending me that, he couldn't because the files don't exist.
I gladly would have,
There
but
you go.
it's all gone.
Which Black Ops weapon pool are you going to have for this reimagine? I'm going to have a mix of weapons. It's not going to be one game. Likely 2, 3, 4. As well as some from MWR and that. Berkeley lane leakers going to ruin the fun for everyone. Well, they just... It's a good and bad thing because it shows that with it happening to Berkeley Lane, it shows that this thing's a thing that can happen, meaning it doesn't happen to a bigger map such as Transit. It exposes the vulnerabilities in the workshop, so I can avoid them. Avogadro! Konto, why don't you just say that? Yes, fucking... There will be a gigantic Avogadro in the map. Avogadro's... I'm gonna make this cunt 5 times bigger, 5 times stronger, 5 times more scary, 5 times fucking louder. Did you really think you could contain me? Just wait until you see the APD up in this bitch. Will all buildables be returning? Yes. Every buildable will return. When you pick up parts, it's just gonna be like Black Ops 3. You pick up 3 parts, build it. You don't have to hold one at a time. It's shared inventory. All that jazz. Well, actually, I have another question from Twitter. Tombstone on Twitter asks, is there a better portal system? Damn straight there is. Boy, every point of interest, like town, bus depot, farm, Nacht, all of them will have bunkers. Bus depot, there's that barrier when you walk out the side. That barrier that goes down under the map is going to be a bunker you can get access. In the tunnel where that barrier is and it looks like it leads off to some other shit, going to be a bunker you can access. There's going to be bunkers for every location. And in these bunkers, there will be helipad locations. If you've ever played Alpha Omega, there's a bunch of helipad locations around the map, but you can't use them unless you build the 2 points and you place them at 2 locations. So that's how it's going to work in this transit. So you can place a helipad in the bus depot bunker and then one at town and then just teleport straight in between. So you can choose where you go with that. Avogadro Easter egg final boss fight 60-second Conjurer tutorial. Hey, maybe. About the jetpacks thing, just a suggestion, in Die Rise, you could change the function of the trample steam to make it shoot you up floors. You plan on bringing it back. Go up floors. Just as in, goes up instead of forward.
Yeah, just up without an arc.
It's a
So you can
trampoline!
Yep!
That's good. Everyone keeps asking me to add PhD to Die Rise.
I don't think you should.
I don't see how that makes sense. How do you explain dying when you fall off the map if you have PhD? How's that logically work?
Well, suddenly there's lava around it.
There's just a constant stream of fucking cars at ridiculous speeds around the map continuously. So when you fall, you get hit by a fucking car.
Turns out that you can actually live down there if you can Frogger.
Mm-hmm. Jet gun improved? Definitely, mate. 100%. It won't be breakable. Once you build it, you just have it. It cannot be broken. Temporal rifts? There we go, Boris. Boris has got the answer. PhD troll, then it would be a true Treyarch map.
True Zelensky map.
I'm about to put a whole room of PhDs that you can't buy. There's flesh-eating denizens at the bottom.
Mm.
I just make the map at night. Die Rise at night. I just flip I flip both time settings. Fucking transit day, Die Rise night. Get wrecked.
Epic. Ducky's comment was 10 out of 10.
Whose comment?
Ducky's comment was good. Said make PhD, but you take more fall damage.
Oh, it It gives you fucking downgrades. You buy a PhD, now you die in one hit. You can make the mattresses bigger in Die Rise instead of PhD if you want. I haven't really had a huge problem with fall damage in it. I've never played Die Rise and fallen off the map and think, oh, this needs PhD ever.
Yeah. So, in fact, I still have the notes here.
Don't fuck up next time.
So, there were people in Johnny J's server for the remastered Die Rise thing, right? How they were saying it needed PhD because of this and that and the other. There's only one area where I can say that the falling is a bit of a problem, but it's more because they just need to fix like how you interact with the mattresses there, because sometimes the floor like clips through the mattresses, and what happens is you still take fall damage just by landing on the mattresses. So that's the only thing that needs to be fixed, but PhD doesn't need to be in there. I spent so much time doing a bunch of jumps. I did over 100 jumps in every area that you're more commonly going to jump at, and I've only died twice out of all of those 100 jumps, out of all of those areas, and it was in the big elevator shaft, and it was because I like ran off and just jumped in the most stupid way possible, like as if I was trying to die, and I did. So like you really don't need it unless you're dummy brain.
I think I love playing Die Rise. It's fun jumping between buildings and having that risk of if I fuck up, I'm dead.
Yeah. People acting like it's this like big jumping simulator, and if you screw up then it's the game's fault that you died, but the reality is like you have to like go out of your way to die in a certain area for you to actually die. Like none of those were.
The elevator gets really finicky without PhD.
The elevator can't kill you unless you jump off in a random like stupid way. The only place you can die from that's genuinely like some sort of glitch.
Can you mantle to like break the fall? If you do it at the right spot?
I'm not entirely sure, but either way, it doesn't even give you that much fall damage, and there's no way it can really do it anywhere else. The mystery box, like the sliding down to the mystery box, is another place you can die, but it has nothing to do with fall damage. It's literally, I only had this problem on PC too. I never had it on console. Like when you're sliding down, it's as if it's like preserving your fall. So like when you go over this tiny little gap from the slide to the actual room you're supposed to enter, you just like shoot straight down, and it sends you into a death barrier. So you don't actually even die from fall damage there. It's literally just you hit a death barrier because the game bugged out and just sent you straight down rather than land you where you needed to from the slide. But that's like the only other, like that's the only real glitch I've seen. The rest of it didn't, like, I don't see what people say about that big elevator shaft and stuff like that either. That's the one I died on twice, but that's because I jumped into an area where I knew I would die. Like, I started doing, like, really dumb moves to try and kill myself to see. Like I said, over 100 times in each area, and none of them. You met the elevator shaft going down to the AN94? That's the one I'm talking about. It barely damages you. I don't know how. Like, you have to, like, jump and purposely try to miss areas so that you red screen yourself or die. That's the only possible way.
Is that the thing that goes down to power?
Yeah, it's that really big one where you jump from, like,
that's
you jump down to that. Yeah, and then literally the only way you can die from it is there's like two ways to enter. There's like the top one and the bottom one. If you enter it from like the very far top, and then you like walk immediately to the left and off the ledge and miss every single platform and ramp down, and then land on the bottom. If you even land on the bottom instead of like just falling into the void, then you die from fall damage. Otherwise, you barely take any damage.
Yeah,
there's not even mattresses in there.
I think Darai's design is fine and would be even better in Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
Will Nocta and Toten be in the Transit remake? Yes, and expanded, and will have purpose. Will be wall buys and perks in all the locations that don't have them.
Not getting remade for the 7th time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to remake Noct.
God damn it. You know what's crazy is, like, if somehow Transit ends up becoming a map as a remake, do you think they're going to end up bringing Noct back into that Transit? If Treyarch officially remade Transit again after remaking it for the 6th time for Dimashita?
I mean, they have to. What if they somehow put Noct in a multiplayer map? Imagine this. Oh my god! Imagine they bring a transit map that has Nuct in it. Warzone has Nuct in it, and there's a multiplayer map with Nuct in it as well.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Wasn't Noct already at one point like part of a multiplayer map back in World at War?
It was originally a multiplayer map.
Yeah, because all of the zombies maps in World at War were just pre-existing multiplayer maps, basically. Like even Doris, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Except they reworked that one a bit more.
You said there's a perk 5 limit, but there's way to get more? Yes. 5 perk limit with ways to get more. I've got so many fucking questions like can you make a no perk limit and like ridiculous shit like fucking just where you're so overpowered. Can you add the bubblegum machine with the perkaholic? If I have a gobblegum machine, the only things that are going to be in that machine is classic gobblegum.
Valid. Oh boy, I can't wait to play Transit and pump my perkaholic.
It's so fucking dumb. Like using the mega gobblegums is equivalent of just going /god /noclip and just playing like that.
Yeah, some of them are insanely stupid, but then there's other ones like board games. rebuild the barrier and then just it's all done. Like
I love alchemical antithesis. That's such a good concept.
It's probably one
you
of the
spend bullets to get bullets. That's basically economy 101. I think Gobblegums run custom maps, but they work pretty well for Treyarch maps. Because I think people...
Even Treyarch maps
I think most custom map designers don't think that deeply about the like the level design to the Gobblegum. They kind of make a map and then put Gobblegums in it after the fact, instead of designing the map around the, having Gobblegums in it.
I mean, even so, I think Treyarch maps aren't that great with Gobblegums either.
I think Shadows of Evil was designed with GGs in it. The rest kind of seem like...
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like if anything, Shadows was probably the least equipped with, like, in terms of the Gobblegums, because you have to remember, like, it was meant to introduce Gobblegums, but that was also back when Gobblegums costed, like, 500 points and moved around from one machine, like the box.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when they changed it to where it was completely free, and then it's everywhere, like, there is no moving machine. I feel like they weren't preparing for that. Whereas, like, Doris and Drek, they were. Or something. I don't know. But it's like nobody...
Have you ever used Elixirs in BO4?
Yeah, sadly.
Bro, I used like the teleport one once. I think I've used one elixir once ever.
Yeah. Dude, they're so bugged out for some reason in Black Ops 4. There were so many people that were like getting out of the map and stuff like that and going into like for example, Alpha Omega, they were like no, it wasn't even Alpha Omega. It was literally every Aether map because they were freaking out because they thought there would be a super Easter egg because of this. Where people were like using the teleport gobblegum no matter where they were standing at, and then they just teleported into this random room that was blocked off, but it didn't insta-kill them, so they knew it was like part of a playable space. And then they realized that they would shoot the door and it didn't leave like markings and stuff, which meant it was designed to be able to open at some point. And they were like, oh my god, it's a super Easter egg. But like, yeah, anyway, point was, gobblegums were glitchy as fuck. Like, that one would teleport you into areas you couldn't even access yet. And it can either screw you over or, in that case, it made people think there was a super Easter egg.
Mate, they definitely planned for a super Easter egg. There's no way they did.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they didn't. I just said, like...
Like those rooms are legit. They've got script entities in them. Fact.
Yeah. What's weird to me, though, is, like, they had to have canceled it at some point, right? Like, even Tag, and I'm pretty sure there's still a door in Tag as if there's going to be a super Easter egg.
I think it was cancelled once Treyarch were bought to Cold War. I think there was going to be a season 2 of Zombies with an extra 4 maps.
Maybe.
You know, the last 2 maps in Chaos, and then the last 2 other remasters.
Maybe.
That's season 2 of Black Ops 4, but then that all got deaded. Look, it got
Maybe.
axed.
I don't really know though. Cause like,
well, they remastered Buried and Transit and I don't know Dara. I've heard nothing about Dara's.
well, parts
Transit and Buried
two
are
maps.
remastered, and then we saw locations of Transit show up, and we saw Buried show up and back out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, cause for like, Tag's ending was very much like planned to be the way it was, at least for the whole course of Black Ops 4, despite them leading us on in that way that they did. As for if it was planned before like Black Ops 3 and stuff like that, I don't know. But throughout Black Ops 4, the ending of Aether was planned to definitely be that way. So I don't know.
I mean, like they could have had the ending like that always planned, but then in the next maps they go in between the other maps because they never tell things in order.
True. True. Well, if you're referencing Dead of the Night, that's not necessarily their fault. They didn't want to do that.
Well,
What happened
I know
was
the
because it's a celebrity
casting and
cast. Yeah.
It sucks when they tell shit out of order.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 it was both mixed with shitty luck, and then they just like made terrible decisions with it, and it did not mix together well.
And I think it was dumb as fuck having 2 series at once. Like either you don't have Aether at all and it's only Chaos, or you have only Chaos. I mean, you only have Aether and no Chaos.
But here's the thing that actually pisses me off, right? They canceled Chaos because of how like not well received it was, basically. Well, and I'm pretty sure maybe other reasons, who fucking knows. But Aether ended the way it did, and like I said, in Black Ops 4, I'm pretty sure they planned it to end that way. The more I look at it. But the thing is, like I said, Tagged or Toten's ending, I called out exactly how Black Ops Cold War, or well, not what I didn't know what the game was called at the time, just the next Call of Duty they were making. I called out that they were gonna bring back Aether because this, and this, all in the story details of the ending and in the past and stuff like that, that literally show that this ending meant nothing and all it did was kill our characters and didn't even solve anything. And then like, this game gets revealed and it's exactly how I said things were gonna happen. And like, it makes me feel like they were already planning for that ending to happen the way it did, and then plan for the next game to start off that exact same way.
Well, yeah, they definitely, when they're writing it, they definitely always have a way to continue the story, even if they plan to end it. Because if...
Yeah, well, I'm not even... The thing was with the Tag ending, it was deliberately, like, there was nothing... Like, even people that barely knew anything about the story knew that meant nothing. Like, people that don't know anything about the story would still know that it was dumb for them to send Sam and Eddie to the new universe, for example. You don't have to know about the story to know that was already a bad move.
Like, why do they get to live out of everyone? Just kill everyone?
Huh?
Why do they get to live out of everyone? Just kill everyone?
Oh. I personally think it's because it would have been a bad idea to, fucking kill kids in a AAA game, but...
Now you guys... Fucking,
but
you literally have that mission in Modern Warfare 2. Right?
I was about to say, but yet again, Modern Warfare 2019's campaign, there were dead kids and shit. Like, so I don't know.
Gas attacks and shit.
But that, like I said, there was just so many details. Like, if I were to go over a whole list to explain it, like, it was literally as if it was set up to be another fake out, like Origins or Moon, or well, Moon wasn't really a fake out, but like Origins or Revelations Ending were both clear fake outs. That we didn't know at the time, but they were 100% fake outs. This one was trying to do the same thing, but it did not go well. It was poorly received, and it was very transparent that they were going to try and move forward. But the reason why it pisses me off with that is, like, if they were going to continue the story like that, why even introduce Chaos then? Were they going to try and make them compete if it was well received in the next game? Were they just going to scrap Aether and bring it back later? Like, it was weird. It was like they blatantly were prepared to have Aether continue and not even fully end it. And then they introduced Chaos.
Have you thought about this theory for Cold War? So you know how the the Dark Aether, like call it dimension, is leaking into this reality?
Mm-hmm.
What if the Chaos dimension's also leaking into it?
Chaos is in a dimension within the Aether storyline.
No, listen, you're not listening. This new world that Samantha exists in is like a whole new reality in between all the realities. And both Chaos and Aether are like above and below it and are leaking up and down into it.
So you're implying like Chaos is part of the Dark Aether?
No, not part of the Dark Aether. The Dark Aether is its own thing that's leaking into this world, and Chaos is its own thing leaking into this world. It's the in-between. Imagine that. Probably not at all, 0% chance, but imagine. I think that'd be lit.
I mean, that means they would have to retcon things about Chaos and Aether, though.
No, I don't think so at all.
Chaos and Aether are canonically not even within same canons.
They don't have to be.
If Chaos is gonna leak into the Aether universe, it has to be part of the Aether universe.
No, it's not leaking into the Aether universe. Alright, so I need to like, what can I use? I don't know.
I know what Virko's saying.
I think he's saying that the storyline is basically an in-between of the two storylines, and the two storylines are leaking into each other.
Leaking into Samantha's reality. They both happen simultaneously.
So, right. You're on a fucking highway, right? One lane you got a blue car. In the middle lane, you have nothing. And in the right lane, you have a red car. The red car is Chaos, and the blue car is Aether. They're completely separate. And then Samantha fucks off into this yellow car that is in between these cunts in the middle lane. And then the blue car starts crashing into the yellow car, and so does the red car into the yellow car. It's like a whole new thing that they're both going into. Is what I want to happen, so that Chaos wasn't a waste of time.
That would be establishing it as a new canon, though. But we already know that this is quote-unquote the next chapter of Aether.
But you don't have to get rid of the old one. You still have the old canon lead into this new existence.
Well, no, yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying they're making it clear that this is still Aether's canon. It's just the next chapter, as if it's like a soft reboot into the next chapter. Kind of like how with Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you know anything about Mortal Kombat story.
I literally know nothing other than
okay, well, I won't even say that then.
I don't think they'll shove Chaos anywhere near Aether, to be honest, because of just how it was
I don't think it'll happen.
It's
not a good idea.
Like, they clearly stated that this was going to be like the next step for Aether's story,
and plus they would kind of
it's still in the same
track of both of those stories, you know?
Yeah, and not to mention that like Tiger Toten's ending doesn't say Samantha goes into this new place. It's literally just all of the multiverse was combined into one, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen at all. I think there's like 0% chance of it happening, but
yeah,
I think it'll be a cool concept.
Here's the thing: I liked Chaos, and I definitely wouldn't mind seeing them come back like that. The problem is, it'd be weird to try and get them to work in. That's my only problem with it. You know, like Chaos had this whole random direction.
Well, Chaos was just mythology.
Yeah. But, like, the whole direction the story was taking, too. Like, for all we know, Scarlet might have been a goddess. We're never going to know about that. But Scarlet might have been a goddess. Medusa was about to go to this library for something.
Alexandria. Give us Alexandria, Treyarch.
Chaos just didn't ever do anything for me. I had no reason to care for the characters or the story.
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, if I can't care for the characters, why should I care for the story? You know, like
yeah. But
that's the whole reason why I cared about Aether was because of the characters.
Yeah. Once Ancient Evil came out for me. What about Cold War?
Cold War, you play as specialists, operators.
Yeah, but we're still gonna see like Samantha and references to the past. It's still the same story.
I think
it's a new twist on the old story.
I think who you play as
Chaos is a brand new thing.
Fucking irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I like the idea of customizing
the class.
The person you play as, like
outfit
or whatever. Bro, they had so much customization in Advanced Warfare. It was fucking insane. You can fucking change the foot, the boots, the pants, the t-shirt, the exosuit, the fucking hat. in creator class, you could customize the score streaks, add different fucking like add-ons to the score streaks, weapon variants. So much customization came in that game, and then
considering they're the ones that introduced supply drops, what did you expect?
But it's crazy how like they're going deeper into cosmetics, yet they got rid of like the individual customizations of like boots, pants, hats, this to just straight up full character skins.
Yeah.
Do character skins sell more than individual parts?
It's probably just less work to do full skins compared to individual parts.
I swear it's more work to do, because in Advanced Warfare, you'd have to get each item to make up a full set. So if you want like the squid set, you'd have to get the squid boots.
No, I'm saying on the developing
pants. No, that's what I'm saying. You could fucking filler content in the battle pass. You get the boots and then the pants and then that shit and then whatever. You know what I mean?
No, it's definitely more work doing what you said or what they did in Advanced Warfare. Because say like you could have 10 skins, or you could have 10 pairs of boots, then 10 pairs of hats, then 10 pairs of gloves. Why not just have 10 skins? That's less work.
But you still like in terms of the
it's
arts,
less work, same money.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in the art, like you
less
make
work,
the
same
model,
return.
and then that's it. The model's made.
It's still more work though.
I
mean, out of all four of us here, I'm the least qualified to even talk about shit like that.
They couldn't charge the same amount of money for just singular.
No, they could. It's Activision. They don't give a fuck.
Well, they did. That's what Black Ops 3 did. That's what Black Ops 3 did. They were selling through supply drops and stuff like that, same way Advanced Warfare was. But instead of unlocking all these individual things, you were just getting just a full skin, or full body outfit, and then you could get a head.
What I mean is, Xela, like instead of having 10 individual skins, full ass things in a battle pass, you just have like 3 skins that are divided into multiple things across the battle pass.
I guess that makes sense.
That's how I mean it's less work, because you can just like
that makes sense.
Milk the same thing.
I feel like
you make less, but
obviously it's not.
Like
obviously, it's not better for the consumer at all. But I'm surprised they didn't go that route as a company.
Maybe they realized after putting the whip in Black Ops 3 that they shouldn't have done that shit.
Yeah, Modern Warfare, most successful COD in history. Who would have imagined? Yeah, I think that's a good ending point for the podcast. For the first episode, 2 hours plus. Talked about some shit, answered some transit questions. Cold War, excited, can't wait. Everyone who watched, thank you for watching. If you're watching the VOD, leave a comment what you think, your opinions and stuff. Leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Also check out Konto, Logical, and Xela's Twitters in the description. And I'll see you probably next weekend when I'm doing episode 2. Thank you all for watching.